Hello, hello. Welcome to WIP IT Thursdays. First one we've had since this thing here happened. But tonight we got a special guest with us. We got Corey from Casting Cave.
Ew.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're not staring at my stuff, just getting shifted around on the table too much since I can't really do too much. And got some actually working on customs, and we got the custom cannon down there, working making the space kook.
I might have to take that skull inside of a space helmet thing and do something with it.
Hello, sir.
Hey, good morning. Sorry, I had to work a little late. I didn't push everything back. All the things.
Well, Corey, have you ever taken the forearms on the Vulcan apart yet?
No, what did they just have like a little peg on them, or
They just got a little thing nubbed on them.
huh?
Top.
And it's just glued together.
Yep. I was able to use hot water and just pry it apart.
Huh.
Hey, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, to get the smooth arms on these, I just swapped them out. I was going to swap them out. I got the ones off the. I keep Star-Lord. I don't know why I keep blanking out on Star-Lord's name anymore.
Oh yeah, the $5 Star-Lord.
Yeah, the cheap blue one.
Yeah. That didn't last long when they dropped him down that low.
No, I snatched up a few because they're good bodies.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen. Actually, I think Dave Wonder was already making a Cyclops out of one.
Oh yeah. Because that's actually tall. No, I'm sorry. Taller than the Astonishing, but
Mhm.
high as the Jim Lee one. It's kind of weird they made the Astonishing shorter than the. When I first saw it, it's like, oh, it's just a variant of the Vulcan. No,
Yep.
it's short.
Yeah, that new torso, I guess. Well, new legs.
It's all everything on this now.
Everything on it, really?
Yeah, new legs, new boots, new chest. Yep. Two arms to play too. Oh, on the Spiral of Toys armors you can get, they fit the
Oh, they
Hercules
fit.
perfectly.
Nice.
I did have to dremel down the boots a little bit to get these on good, but I don't plan on taking it off. I kind of want like a gladiator head from now forward.
That's cool.
It's like it was meant for this body. Of course, I was talking to Jason of Spiro, the same artist sculpted Hercules as did his figures.
Oh, cool.
So it might be a reason why it fits well.
Right.
Let's see. Joy, I didn't clean my brushes before last time I was down here. So all my brushes are bent.
Oh no.
Oh, not all of them. I got the ones I used last time.
Sorry about that. I'm back. So I promised myself I wouldn't work on anything else until these were done.
The performance suits.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we want to call them. Not quite bathing suits, more like competition suits.
The thing. It's the thing. Oh, anybody order the was it Strange Tales Wave figures?
Oh, those went up.
They went up today.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't believe they did classic Lilith.
You know, I saw pictures of them when they were showing them off, and I guess I just kind of glazed past them. At this point, they're putting out so much Legends stuff that I see it and I'm like, it's pretty cool. And then I don't realize what it is until I see it in stores.
Yeah. Well, I can't do that here because stores don't carry them anymore.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, the
I
local
didn't
Target.
pre-order any of that Iron Man wave,
Mhm.
and then I saw them at GameStop and they got me. It's like, oh man, I need it! I need it!
The She-Hulk is fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I want every version of her costume on that buck.
When Rick
If they
Taylor
do,
dropped the hint on those things, I was like, I need it.
yeah, if they do Fantastic Four, I'll be happy.
I think the reason why they painted the costume details on her so that they could use her for different costumes. Like, I guarantee
Yeah.
they're gonna put Fantastic Four on that.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope so.
If they don't do her classic, like blue and purple,
Yeah.
purple and white, I'm sorry, with the sneakers,
That would be cool.
that'd be silly. Like
No,
the first the suit she wore on the first Hasbro She-Hulk figure.
yeah. You know what though? It would have been nice if they did have costume, like sculpted costume detail, but you know, you take what you can, because if we can get more versions of her, I'll take it this way, right?
Well, if you
Yeah.
get more reuse when they're like this, because
Yeah.
tooling is very expensive. I understand. I know they're a billion-dollar company, but it's
Yeah.
It's
If we
still
can get if we can get more versions of her, I'll take it.
Yeah. If by simpling down the design to make it a little more cross-compatible, I'm for that.
Yeah. Well, look how many uses they got out of the 80th anniversary Hulk, right?
The big thing I wish they would start doing a little more of those overlays.
Yeah.
Like have the buck, and then you can actually do like instead of painting forearm bracers on there or whatever, and have an overlay where you can pop them on, slide them on.
Look at this guy. He's not supposed to be doing anything. He's painting. Come on.
I did pre-order the Plunderling today though. The Plunder.
Oh,
Nice.
the Wonder Strong.
How long are they trying to tell you you can't do anything for?
I don't know. I'm all bruised up, so I'm using another hand.
So I went into Entertainment Earth and I tried to pre-order it. And it was like $60. I'm like, all right, that's fair. So I clicked it. And I went to check out and it's like, hey, actually you owe $84. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, because of the shipping?
Why do I owe $84? Yeah. They want $20 for shipping.
Yep. Entertainment Earth shipping is insane.
That's why I always try to make sure I do the
So I remember
order when
Kid
like
Bash,
you get the free shipping coupons.
he keeps saying that if you order like a certain amount of money, they give you the free shipping, and it doesn't matter if they ship it separate times. You know, it's free across the board.
Mm.
So I went in and I looked around and I found the Chester Cheater.
Oh, the flaming hot one. I need to order that one.
Well, they did have the flaming hot one, but I wanted the regular one, and they had it on pre-order, so I put that in there, and it's like $24.
But the flaming hot one glows in the dark red.
And when I went to check out, I checked out at $90 straight up, free shipping.
There you go.
Nice.
You love your glow in the dark, eh?
Yeah.
So I told my boss, I was like, man, I pretty much just got a free toy because I didn't want to pay for shipping.
Yep.
So,
Let's just hope you don't got to deal with their
that.
customer service, because he is a pain in the ass.
I've only had to deal with them one time, and they took care of my problem.
Good. I dealt with them one time. They were assholes.
Well,
I'll tell you, the only customer service that I ever dealt with was Big Bad's customer service, and I'm arguably the best every time.
yes.
I just
100%.
happened to. I got a Masterpiece Megatron, and the box came to me messed up, and I can't remember what exactly it was that I had mentioned to them, but they said, "Hey, no problem, we'll take care of it," and they just mailed me another box.
Yep.
No, I mean, it was just like, "Hey, we'll take care of it," and that was it. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I didn't respond or anything else, and I just got one in the mail.
The last time I dealt with them, last couple times I dealt with them was like one was for their Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Night Force Valorverse, like a special trooper thing. I forget what it's called. Night Spec, something other. And it was missing the magazine for the rifle. They said, "Don't worry about it. Don't keep it. You keep that one. We'll send you another one."
Nice.
And they come up with enough where you can actually fill up both pouches and both figures. So there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They sent me a
and-
Marvel Select Shatari one time because they screwed up the hand. I got two right hands or something like that. So they sent me one. They told me to keep it.
Yeah.
Which is blows me away when people talk about like they had bad experiences with Big Bad Toy Custom Sport. Like, how? Were you just an ass?
Yeah, I've had to deal with them a couple times for things that came in broke, and they've always been great. Like the snarf that leg was broken in the box. They're just like, yeah, we'll just send you a new one. If that one breaks too, you'll have to send them back, but otherwise, just keep it.
Did the second one all right?
Second one was fine.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
it's still
the same thing.
It's still Super 7, but
Yeah,
Well,
I had that
that's-
same experience with this Abe Sapien. They the first one I got had a frozen bicep on one side,
Mm-hmm.
and I told them about it, and they said, "Okay, well, we're gonna send you a replacement. If the second one's messed up, you got to send that one back." So I ended up with two of this.
Yeah, the only time they ever asked for something back from me was for Super 7 because they had so many returns. The Thundercats, Wave 2 Thundercat figures were just absolute QC nightmare.
I assume that's probably for insurance purposes. They probably had to return it all.
They probably had to return them to Super 7 to get their
Yeah,
money.
right.
Speaking of hell freezing over, did y'all see that the Ninja Turtle Super 7 putting out's got double jointed elbows and knees?
I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard.
I have a buddy that worked on that cartoon, and the first thing he did, he says, "Hey, look, they're off model."
Of course.
Well, it's Super 7, so.
Yeah.
Super 7, baby. They're the superest of the
That's
seven.
what, like the last time I contacted Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth is over Super 7 figures.
Mm.
Quality
Man, it
control.
hurts, man.
I grabbed like their the G2 Megatron. I wasn't going to get it, period, but it was a good deal. It's like I'll get that. It's like got it, and like one of the hips was frozen from Entertainment Earth. And I was like, they said, "Well, since you opened it, we don't normally take back open figures. How do I know if it's broken if I don't open it?"
Yeah, that's weird.
That is true.
It's like they took it back and sent me another one. So
It's a freaking loophole, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
the second one was fine. Just
Can't find out whether it's broken or not until you open it, but you can't
That's
return it if it's broken after you open it.
Yeah, that's comic shop logic.
It's
It's like you're not supposed to open it to begin with.
Logic.
Yeah, right.
Schrodinger's cat.
Mm.
It's not
I remember-
broken if you don't open the box.
yeah. Ooh, I wonder if I can do that.
So I've also been thinking, I was listening to these two people talk about Photoshop and Blender and
What about Photoshop and Blender?
yeah, they're discussing it back and forth, and I got this little idea in my little head about maybe I can pattern stuff instead of doing it on the paper and the math. I could probably, because it's just shapes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, squares, rectangles, and circles, and I could probably just
Here's
put it in the
how.
program. I haven't paid for any of that stuff, and I don't have a program.
Here's how I would do it. Are you ready? You ready for this? I would use a program called. I would use Blender to make whatever it was I was going to make, and make it real low poly, right? And then I'd take it into a program called Papakura, which is a free paper crafts program, and then do it from there. Because what the Papakura does is that you can export your 3D models into it, and it'll give you a pattern for what that 3D model would look like if it were flat.
That's cool.
Is that kind of what they were talking about? Doing a UV unwrap on the mesh?
Oh, we lost him for a second. Hold on.
Oh,
Got it.
There he is.
Keep me up.
Quinn Comics, Collector Chris. Hey, my friend, how are you doing? The gang doing the night? I'm still bandaged up and bruised up, swollen, but other than that, I'm doing all right. How's everybody else tonight?
Are going to be too small.
I see we're looking at your board, though.
Yeah, I did a little bit of painting.
Don, did you hear what I said?
No, you said that you would do it in Blender, low poly,
He got bumped out while you were telling him.
Yeah, do it in Blender low poly,
and then you
right,
put it in this other program. I forget
and then
the
I
name.
put it into Papakura, which is Papakura. It's a paper craft program. Because what it does is it just flattens out your piece so that it's like it'll be like a pattern for fabric. Let me see if I don't know if I have Papakura still on my computer. Let me check. I haven't used it in a long time.
I have a week off work. I don't go back to work until the 28th.
Nice.
So I plan on doing some exploring because I ain't gonna do anything until I finish this. And we have run across a small problem with this, and I can't really work on it again until after I go back to work. I can do little things here and there, but I'm not gonna be able to really put the effort in on it. I'm gonna be doing other stuff.
You ever work with this stuff, Corey?
what you got?
Create Effects. Hold on. Gotta get the right name here. Create a color graphite powder.
Papakura Designer
No,
6.02.
used-
6.02.
I've used a bunch of like pastels, but I've never played with any graphites. Well, I take it back. I've used some graphite powder for powder coating the insides of molds to get a metallic finish.
Mm-hmm. You can take clear coated silver paint, turn it chrome with this stuff.
Cool.
You just rub it in.
Hey Corey, Quinn Comics is asking what head you're working on. That's a Gambit head, right?
Yeah, I'm doing some of these.
Let me make your screen bigger.
Oh, ha!
There you go.
Yeah, it's a Gambit head from '97 that. And I actually have. Where'd I put it?
A few of them.
I've had this Deadpool body sitting aside for a while, and I still need to paint the neck on it, but let's see if it focus. There
Oh,
we go.
that's cool.
Yeah, that'll look pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think he has that purple shawl or whatever. I'll have to see if I've got something that'll work.
That's perfect with that body
Yeah.
and head's combination. That's perfect.
Yeah, it came out pretty good. Well, we'll see once I finish painting them.
Yeah, a little bit of
Trying to mess it up, right?
There's the
Oh, wow.
you get a true metal finish with this stuff.
Oh, man. Don't
That's
lick
good.
your fingers, though.
Good looking belt buckle.
Normally I'd wear gloves, but I can't really put gloves on it.
Right? Yeah.
Cannon actually, I sent him the picture of this design of the belt buckle for one of my characters. And he was able
Cool.
to pull it off in 3D, which is awesome.
All right, so what are you trying to do, Dom?
You're not wearing gloves.
I can't put them on.
Don, what are you trying to do? You're trying to make a pattern for something?
Moving forward, yes. I'm gonna try and put all of my patterns. Hey, look. Apparently, the way I do it is too archaic, and like send it around and share it around and stuff. So I would like to
They're so old fashioned.
design some clothware in a program and then get a pattern from that design. And I don't know if it's possible or if it'll work. I don't know why it wouldn't work. I can't be the first person to think of this.
No, they do it for cosplay all the time.
So I guess I need to get Blender as well.
Twin Comics says great work on that head, Corey. Are you working on
thanks.
any more X-Men 97 custom heads?
I just did a Cyclops. And I did some Rogue heads as well. What else have I got? Let's see. I don't have any of the Cyclops on the desk at the moment, but I did just knock out this Rogue.
Oh,
And
wow.
I did about 15 of these, and they were pretty popular, so I'm gonna have to paint some more real soon. I did, the artist said that this was a 97 Wolverine, but it's more of like a Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. It's cool looking though. I dig it.
Oh, I like it.
And I will be bringing,
Really nice. Oh, nice.
I'll bring this one back pretty soon.
You know, funny story. You know, Robo was talking. If one more person said that guy looked like Conan O'Brien, he was gonna have to buy the other one. I was the jerk that said, "Hey, that guy looks like Conan O'Brien," and then he's like, "Well, since that one guy said it, but I got this head from Corey, so I don't have to buy it now."
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
Because he totally does like Conan O'Brien. Before anybody even mentioned that, it's like open the box. It was like, that's Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
All right, so let's say you're gonna do like a cloak for this
Anyway.
Colossus, right?
Yeah.
How did you get Colossus in there?
I used my iPhone and I used a program called
Cool.
what's the app called? It's like it's not Polycam. It's a 3D scanner app that uses the LiDAR on your phone for the iPhone. You can also use something that's called photogrammetry to take a bunch of pictures of it from different angles and then upload those, and it'll make a 3D model that way. There's a bunch of different programs for it. The 3D scanner app, I think, is what I use for this. There's also Capture or Curie Engine or PhotoCatch. I think those are all like photogrammetry or 3D scanning apps that you can get on your phone. All right, so if this is our dude, right, and I was gonna make like a cloak for him or something.
Mm-hmm.
There, I'm done. No, I'm just kidding.
Very nicely done. I'm not better than what I would done.
That's what cloaks look like, right? They're just a giant square.
They're just a giant square.
Ding.
Well, that's what a poncho looks like.
All right. I don't know anything about, tailoring or sewing or whatever.
Well, you want like a oval for the head?
But if I were going to attempt to do it, this is how I would do it.
Get the powder off my desk.
Yeah.
I normally do it in like a box and stuff so it don't get everywhere. And use a respirator and gloves. But it's just a tiny little part. That should be fine. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
But it does. The results though are just really cool. I got some swords I've done too, and polished out in chrome.
He got the the chrome lung.
So when you hit them, can you hit them with a sealer afterwards?
They'll turn like gunmetal gray. Like
Okay.
it's a shiny. It'd be a shiny gunmetal, but
Yeah.
I haven't found a sealer that works on them yet. It will dull down a little bit after handling it for a while. But
Mhm.
you polish it back out and it's fine. I got a helmet here that's been handled for a while. It's dulled down a bit,
Wow. Man,
but
You
I'll
need
just take a Q-tip and polish
that
it back
is
out.
wild. That's so
that looks
shiny.
so cool. Wow.
It just adds.
Kurt?
It's like there's depth to it too.
Yeah.
Compared to the inside, you can see the inside
Yeah.
still dull, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
You get like, I think just flat silver's cartoony.
Oh, you're telling me I got to see, but damn it.
Well, here it's on this sword. It's still the guard is still plain silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The blade's been polished out.
Yeah, that reflection on it is wild.
The cons of that is that it makes it very sleek.
Yeah, it's very slick.
Hmm.
Because it's graphite powder.
Yeah.
It's a lubricant. Not that kind, people. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah.
But with the strange Tails wave, I ended up ordering everything except for the Wolverine. For once, though, I wish the build apart was with Wolverine and not one of the other figures. I don't want that Storm. Don't really want the Moon Knight either because it's the exact same Moon Knight except pinless.
I didn't ever ask, but what are you using? Blender?
Currently, I'm using Blender, yeah, but when I get done, I'll toss it in Papacura and you can see what happens.
And I got the only advantage I can think of getting that new Moon Knight, I can swap the parts off with this one and have a pinless classic Moon Knight.
Oh yeah.
From Proto's in the house, he says, "Wow, the casting cave, cool. I hear about them all the time."
Yeah, we talk about your ears probably burn every time we stream.
Oh no.
Yeah, we have a celebrity in our midst.
No, not me. No, to me it's more like it's like a in focus shot of Bigfoot. You know? There's Casting Cave. He's in focus. Hurry, get a camera.
Everybody who's in the custom game knows about you, though.
Oh man.
Yeah, all the big names talk about stick.
I
The big names.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day on the Foosh.
Yeah.
Shardamus, fucking everybody.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, Corey used to converse a lot on.
Oh yeah.
Back in the
Yeah.
day.
I've casted a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those feet, those
Oh, the DCUC feet?
get the marble feet to work on the DCUC feet things. Those
Mhm.
things work great.
Oh yeah.
Can you put a tip
It's
on the tip of the hood?
Yeah, what kind of tip?
Like a little thing that bends down like into the face. Hold that Moon Knight figure back up here.
Nope. No. I got it here. Like the.
See? Well, turn it back around
There it is.
to the face. But yeah, see,
the face.
yeah, it's got that little tit in the front. Comes down to about the bridge of his nose.
Oh yeah.
That little triangular like piece of
The hoodie
fabric.
part.
The front of the head on the forehead.
Yeah, the hoodie part.
Yeah, the hoodie part.
Is that what that's called?
I have no idea.
It's part of the hood, right?
Kind of like a bird beak.
You know the little block that you plug into the wall and then you plug the cord into it to charge your phone?
oh, what about it?
I call it the dongle because nobody really has a name for it.
Oh.
Oh,
And it's gotten so bad that everybody at my workplace calls it dongle now.
I gotta get my price ahead of paying up for my Space Coast. Let's make one for Queen Comics in the chat, and I ran out of time for my hand surgery, so I just took the head off mine and gave it to you.
We got another Alpha Proto's asking Cassie Cave, have you seen an uptick in the old Marvel Legends Wolfsbane head sales? I hate the Marvel Legends Wolfsbane head sculpt, the new one.
Man, I can't remember the last time I've sold just a cast. Usually just painted stuff sells nowadays. So like every once in a while I'll put some cast up, but they don't really move. But it's alright. I mean, it's extra stuff that ends up in the bin anyways.
I think unfortunately people are still intimidated painting heads. And with you offering to do the service like that, people are like jumping on that because you're a phenomenal painter. So
thank you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I feel like, okay, I know you've seen it because we both go way back to old Foosh days. There's been a drastic change in the landscape of customizing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very different from whenever we had maybe like 2 toy lines that we could pull parts from.
Yep.
And everybody was like, "Oh, what if Marvel Legends made a Moon Knight?" And now there's a plethora. You can have any version you want.
Well, there's to the point now. It's like, quit making Moon Knights.
Yeah.
It was like that wave. It's like it had so many like cool like the darker mystical arts of Marvel. Then you got Moon Knight. It's like, why are we getting Moon Knight?
Man, I pride myself on not getting upset at the stuff that they put out. It's like somebody's gonna like it, and it's fun. Let people have it, enjoy things.
Well,
but why do we gotta have another Kang, man? We just got a good one, and we just got a good MCU one too.
The hint is clearly Kang because that gun is straight off the cover of that book.
I'm sorry.
Watch me shoot my mouth off, and it's gonna come in a 2-pack with the Crossings Iron Man armor.
It'll come with your Heroes Reborn Iron Man.
Yes.
No, you're right though. We do not need another. That last one was good.
Oh yeah, I actually ended up getting extras because I found them at Ross.
It seems like every time I show my butt, I always get shut down like that.
But none of that's bad. Like them putting out more of a really good figure. That just means that it's readily available for anybody that really wants it.
I think I would have less a problem with a Moon Knight if they had put them on a Vulcan. Because I've been wanting a white Vulcan body for a while.
Yeah, that's kind of like them putting out the classic Havoc and then immediately sticking Cyclops on a bigger body. And anytime you'd see a picture of Alex and Scott next to each other, they're the same size. And so now I have this like smaller Havoc that doesn't look good next to Scott. So,
and even if you use like the Sunfire mold, that's smaller than Scott. So.
Yep.
I guess you could go with Black Panther and have to make the like spiral back on, but which these are at Ross, so you can pick these up kind of cheap.
Okay, hard angles, I like it.
I don't know if it's one of those things like pet peeves I see people doing when they get these Vulcan bodies and they cut the pins for the shoulders so get more range of movement. That's one of the points that holds the shoulders on. They're like super floppy. They won't.
Oh no!
Now you see people doing tutorials like, let's show you how to get more range of movement in your Vulcan. Like,
oh man! Everybody that has a TikTok or does reels will come up with some handy tip. Hey, here's how you can improve your Mezco 89 Batman. And you see them using tire grease or something. Hey, use this tire grease. Like, oh no, your house is gonna stink.
Hulk smash your fans hitting the mic again.
Oh.
Yeah, I was watching the guy. He's like, improve the Model 20 armor, and he like just cut off the back of the hand, that armor piece on the back of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
He just cut that lip completely off of it so that he could, bend backwards.
The proper way to increase the range of motion on these butterfly joints is a lot harder. That's why nobody's going to show that. You got to take the butterfly joints out, and getting them in is very kind of difficult. Cause the mushroom peg that goes into the torso,
They go straight up.
well, they're glued around it when they put the torso around it.
Mm.
So the mushroom peg won't go back in until you make the hole bigger on the bottom. So you got to waller it out a little bit and just not to go too far, where then you still got to use heat it up and use a flathead screwdriver to get back in.
Mm.
But there's a slot in here inside the torso. You just make the slot longer, where it's got more forward and back, and it's still.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's
Yeah.
got like a track system where like a
Mhm.
peg goes and slides back and forth on that track, and it's too short. All you have to do is just make the track a little longer, and you don't get the free spinning arms. Now, when you cut that peg, the arm will basically it'll flop and it can free spin. It's like I cringe every time I see people doing a tutorial of they're cutting these pegs down to short. It's like, don't do that.
Could be right in the way, huh?
There's a little nub that holds it together.
All right, so I think I need to export that as an OBJ file.
I mean, everybody knows what an OPJ file is.
OBJ object. It's a type of 3D model.
Yeah. Everybody knows. I'm not a dummy that didn't graduate in 6th grade. Oh. So there's a bunch of different apps that I can use to take a bunch of pictures of stuff and get a 3D model working.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's kind of a body that I think most people don't like, and I've got where I like it a lot. The Hank Pym from the West Coast Avengers.
Nice.
It makes good thugs. It makes good goons, or like wet works, or like hitters, or whatever you want to make them be. And
I just crashed it.
Oh,
they're
too
bulky.
advanced.
They're kind of brutes. They're the big as the Grim Reaper bodies.
It is a Remember It Gambit.
yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Sure.
Remember it.
Yeah, back in the day, like when I first started doing the sewing and the customizing and everything, when somebody would talk about the top tier painters, you were always in the discussion.
Oh man. And see, I get intimidated like looking at other artists on Instagram or wherever. I see all these guys. I got to step up my game. I got to get even better, because I feel like those guys are amazing. I'm just in awe.
Did you see C. Jessum's pre-order that went up yesterday?
Man, he's got so much good stuff.
It is disgusting how great his stuff is. It hurts my
It's-
feelings is what it does.
It's clean. It takes a little while to get though.
I sent it. I have this guy that he does most of the paint work for me.
Mhm.
But he's a big goblin guy, and he's a lot of goblin stuff in his last pre-order.
Cool.
I was talking to him about it, but man, he has priced us out of it. Just a hood,
Mhm.
nothing else. He's asking $45 for it.
Oh man.
I
There
was
must
like,
be some star power behind it.
He's like, it's like, you know, the figure itself costs 50.
Yeah, that's if it's a named character. If it's an army builder, it's a lot cheaper.
So, you know, that's tough. It looks good. I mean, it looks perfect, but
Hmm.
ugh. I told him, I was like, this is what it looks like if an actual pro does it.
I mean, they hire him to do all those soft goods for when the figures come with stuff, but
They do.
I
I think
mean, when
he's
you
limited.
buy,
I think he can't like use the full breadth of what he wants to do. I think they limit him because they have to meet a certain price,
yeah,
you know.
Mhm.
And
For
I don't
sure.
know how big his team is either.
I think Christian just does the patterns. So then they have to find a factory that can actually replicate that.
To do the fabric and the sewing.
I think so.
The fabric is the hardest part for me. Getting good fabric and finding good fabric.
Yeah, when certain figures, the thickness of the fabric really matters.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I generally don't collect figures that have a lot of fabric on them. I do like the legions that have it, especially characters with robes, because it's something that, how do you articulate that?
Yeah, the plastic robes always look weird when you pull the arms up, put the arms down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hate traffic cone coats.
All right. Now you would decide where you want to put your seams at. So you can have a seam straight down the center of this crease right here.
Done.
On the hood.
I'm thinking you'll wanna.
You're probably gonna want some here, right?
All right, don't go all the way to the tip. Like start just a little bit back from the tip.
Like here.
That's what
No,
she
a
said.
little bit more.
So this is not a okay.
We got a comment from Chris Jordan. Oh my God, Corey, you are an effing legend for making that head. I've been looking everywhere for a head sculpt. Gambit is more than my favorite. We named our first after him.
That's awesome.
I was absolutely depressed for episode 5. That's a true Gambit fan.
Hey, but it's a good send off.
Yeah.
Well, and it's comic books. You know what's gonna happen.
I mean, they were already time traveling in that episode. So.
Yeah, and as soon as they showed you know who, it's like, okay, we're doing that story arc.
I figure he's going to be coming back as a horseman.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, it'd be cool to get a figure of that design too.
Oh
Mhm. Oh, talking about badass head sculpt.
Wow.
Whoa, cool.
Cannon did this one as well.
Man, that looks awesome.
Even like the profile, just look at that jawline.
You know, Corey, you just gave me an idea. Hopefully, I don't know how many people would like this, but I'm sure I would. They should release a wave of all the different heroes that have been horsemen. Imagine
Hey,
another
that would
War
be
Hulk,
cool.
a
Yeah.
War Hulk on
Ooh,
that
they could do like
Yeah.
they could set that up for a year, but a couple of years, do a box set a year of horsemen.
Yeah.
'Cause who has-
Horsemen and heralds.
Yeah.
You know what? That would be amazing. Wolverine, Hulk.
Because you
Gambit.
also have the Apocalypse Twins heralds, like the Sentry,
Hmm.
Banshee, Dakin, and who was the fourth one?
Mm.
When they were horsemen, they had blue skin. They got resurrected. I can't remember who the fourth one was. Their fourth was.
Oh, I can't remember.
Corey, I'm gonna put you
Grim
on
Reaper.
solo.
Grim Reaper.
I'm gonna put you
What's
on
up?
solo. Chris is asking what the expression is on. Is it a smirk or a surprise?
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's just classic smirk.
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty sure my main gambit I got on display right now is a Toy Biz head I got from you that I painted up and put on like the first Hasbro gambit.
Nice. Well, it might be the Marvel Select head.
No, this is a Toy Biz head. Like,
Yeah.
I bought this thing probably early days.
Only 10 years ago. Don't feel old. Only 10 years ago.
When did you start your website? That's probably when I bought it.
Over 10 years ago.
Yeah. Are you sure? Because time seems to be weird. It's like been farther.
Man, it was a while back.
Because I think it's been longer than that, Corey. Because this fall is 10 years I've been living in this house, and I bought it when I was.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yep.
Well, how long is Hasbro? How long?
And I bought that when I was like in real property.
I don't know how to go back on this. Like to test it out and then go back. So I just had to open it again.
It doesn't decide where it needs to be cut itself.
It does decide. Well, I mean, it does to a certain extent.
Man, who made that cape? It looks terrible.
I like it.
All that decal on the back looks amazing though.
I wasn't watching the screen. I thought he was talking about mine. I was like, I just, just for demonstration purposes. You don't gotta be so mean.
You know, I just don't have any chill.
Chris Jordan saying, "Oh, he's a horseman for sure." Only thing is, I don't know if that was the same Gambit card Apocalypse picked up. Remy torches the Queen of Hearts completely, and Apocalypse picks up a partially burnt Queen of Hearts. Spoiler.
I mean, Disney is not exactly known for continuity.
Yeah, oh my god.
So
Somebody's been watching the Occulti.
well, I haven't seen it, but I did hear about
They put a dude that's not even supposed to be alive in the show.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's not supposed to be born for like another 1,000 years. Then people were like, "Oh, it's his birthday wasn't canon." No, it was canon. They deleted it from the website that recorded canon. It's like to make it look like, oh, his original birthday is only in Legends, not canon. Well, he had a canonical birthday but they just screwed it up for it. Here's an easier idea: just say this stupid series is not canon. Can save them a lot of work because they're not.
Elseworld
Jedi are not
are the
supposed
best
to know
tales,
about Sith. The Sith is supposed to be gone for like over 1,000 years.
All right, we'll try that.
Can we call that ret continuity?
Wrecked.
Oh, wrecked. No.
No, I still chopped those 2 pieces out.
Oh, I gotta get this painted up, finish painted up too.
I mean, even still, that's a.
McFarlane made Atrocitus way too damn big.
That's
Mr.
a great
Cannon
jumping on point. I could easily modify that to suit my purpose. It's better
Mr.
than
Cannon
having
picks me up a Sculpt head.
Nice.
Mr. Horseface himself.
So
I don't have a horse's face.
how much of the McFarlane stuff do you pick up?
Not a whole lot. I'm a cherry pick.
None.
I get frustrated with it because every time I buy one, I get excited and I pose it on my desk and it just falls over.
Yeah, they will not stay standing.
No.
I've been getting like the brand of the Superman figures, even though they're the wrong figures or wrong era.
Yeah.
Because like when he did Superboy, he did the modern Superboy and said it's the reign of Superman. It's like no, that's modern Con-El.
I was gonna get.
When he's got the punk look, modern punk look. He did Steel in the wrong costume, so they did Cyborg Superman's not even doing Hank Shing shot. He's doing Zor-El, New 52's Cyborg Superman. Eradicator is the modern Eradicator.
He does whatever the hell he wants. He doesn't have like he's not steady with his character.
And he hates Superman. He will not do a proper sculpt on Superman.
Yeah.
He uses Bizarro's body on
Warcraft stuff, but they're all statues, and
the only thing he does really
I just don't
well
want
is Warhammer figures. I like it. I only have one of them, but I have to say it's an impressive figure. It's the Warhammer figure, and I paid $3 for it at Ross because it's the primer gray.
Yeah.
Hey, that's when I bought one, was when it was the artist proof or whatever they call them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it easier to paint.
Yeah.
Hey, we have SDA in the house. We got our first one.
Oh yeah. Family. Corey, I don't think experienced the family yet, has he?
Oh. Every time somebody says family, we have to do that.
Oh no.
We also have this one.
I don't have friends. I got family.
I actually fixed up some shirts from Collector Express, family shirts,
Well, that's
and
right
I
there.
did one with the impersonator. It's in the middle of that. With all those guys doing Diesel. He contacted me on Instagram. He's like, "Hey, can I order some of those shirts?" I was like, "Yeah."
Oh.
At first, I thought he was contacting me like, "Hey, that's me. Can you?" Because he said, "Hey, that's me." And it's like, "Oh, do you mean me take it down? I will."
Yeah. He's like, "How dare you?"
But no, he ordered a bunch of my T Public store. They used to let me set up a discount code, and I'd set up a discount code for them to buy it. They changed the type of my store. Now I can't do discount codes.
Oh no.
They changed it from like to an artisan store, which doesn't let you do discounts.
That's right. Artists don't do discounts.
They're all hard-nosed lot, trying to maximize the monies.
On the knockoff Monster Venoms, this panel here is glued in on the official figure, but it's not glued on the knockoffs.
Huh.
So pop this out and take the torso apart. I'd take it apart, but I can't. Nope.
You have to use your foot.
Yeah. Let me see. Cannon Purple wouldn't let me handling this figure I'm making over with my feet.
Do what?
He's gonna make a custom for you with 1 foot, 1 hand.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Use your teeth on it.
So this will give you something to start with, though.
Oh yeah.
That's not going to be. I don't like the way. If I were going to sew this, I don't like the way the hood looks, but this part here looks like it would be doable.
That's cool.
And you
Yeah, I
kind of
think
see
I
where the seams are at. What's that?
And plus, I would have a more time to tweak and get it just right?
Yeah. Well, and you can also say, like, this is going to print to scale for a pattern that's 80 millimeters tall. So if that pattern's 180 millimeters tall, it'll print to this scale here. I think those are a sheet of paper.
just use paper.
This is a sheet of paper. See this rectangle here?
What am I, a novice? Paper.
What else do you make patterns out of?
Cardstock. Actually, I'm a novice. I make them out of paper.
I meant when it prints.
Don's messing with you.
That's the size of the page that it would print on.
I need to get these wrapped up and shipped to you, Hulk Smash.
The big guys, the true tailors, they use parchment paper.
Mm.
You gonna be able to make that, wrap those up with one hand?
No.
And when I make something big, I use parchment paper.
I'll have to wrap it up to next week.
Oh, Olds. Look at the screen.
You don't want to get banned showing off your feet on stream. It's like, hey, they're not Brie Larson feet.
He's banned.
They're not pretty feet, but they're better looking than Brie Larson's feet.
You're gonna get sued by the Tolkien estate.
I think,
He's a hobbit.
What's it called?
Get him.
Now, I kid around with my nephew, my oldest nephew.
Huh.
He's got hobbit feet, or Fred Flintstone. They're like, I can't remember. He's got because they go straight across.
Yeah.
There's no arch to the toes. It's like they're like straight. Love you, Dewey.
Mean it.
He's listening. Chris Jordan says, speaking of customs, I recently made a
Nice.
Beastmaster using K-Zone
Oh, nice.
and the skirt piece from the Malachi Dark Elf. I need the sword. Any idea if that has a file already for 3D?
Ooh.
The what?
I don't know where you could get that like Shamshir that he has. Really, you need the all of his familiars. You need Kodo and Podo and his little army of animals.
Yep. And the very first Beastmaster, they were allowed to dye the tiger black.
Mm-hmm.
In all the following movies, they didn't let him do that. They didn't let him do that. That first movie, when I watched as a kid, creeped me out.
I love that movie.
And I love the movie, but when you're a little kid, you see them like transferring the baby to the cow, and they slaughter the cow, and I was like, what is going on?
The berserkers later on in the movie, they're super creepy. Oh, and the bat dudes.
Bat dudes,
Bat dudes were creepy, man.
Those are the creepiest, creepy like characters where they basically dissolve people. They ate the berserkers.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about like beasts like that. Look at those. Lately, there've been a couple of like saber-toothed cats coming out.
Oh, 5K toys. They're like big ones too. They're like mounts for like Mythic Legions figures. They're super articulated. Have you seen those, Corey?
I saw some pictures earlier. What company is making them?
It's a third party.
Not 100% sure, but 5K Toys is gonna.
I think it's
possibly carry them and sell them.
I think it might have been Fury Planet.
Nice. Is that's the same company that did Veteran William, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That figure's fantastic.
Yeah, watch when you pulling up like stuff off on 5K Toys. Is like, go watch what you pull up. It's like, that's the adult figure.
Oh, huh.
As it goes up, pulled up, it's like, This girl is nearly naked.
Well, I mean, they know, they know how to get people to buy stuff.
Oh, wow. It's definitely like it sells.
Oh yeah.
My buddy's got a comic book shop, and it's basically what all I've been able to put up, like video wise, for a while I'm down. You can't really do toy reviews with one hand.
Yeah.
And he's got a comic book shop, so he does weekly unboxings for the shop.
Mm-hmm.
When I do a cover of like one of like the hot girl covers, those videos always do better.
As long as you don't have anybody in the comments proposing to it, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised. Let's see. Let's get pulled up here.
Coffee Proto says, well, the practice and standards back then when it came to animals was wild. In Chinese movies, they really don't give a care about animals on film. And Chris Jordan says, oh, he's talking about Beastmaster. His sword was so badass. The ferrets are hard to come by, but I have all the rest of the animals, aside from the tiger head sculpt, to paint it black.
Yeah.
I am known as your friendly neighborhood comic book shop. Yes, sir. If you're near, close enough to go to Quinn Comics, he has like one of the best shops to go to. Toys, comics, and all that good stuff. I know Texas is one of the biggest states in the country, but Quinn Comics shop's in Texas too, Corey.
Nice. Where at?
Down the lower west side, I think.
What what city?
Quinn. If you want to, you can plug your shop's location in.
Yeah.
Here's that cat we were talking about.
Wow, man, that is awesome. And here
Yeah,
I was
I want one
excited
of
about
those.
building Zabu.
This thing makes Zabu look like a kitten.
It does.
Yeah.
Harlan, Texas, where he's at. Look at the tail; it's all segmented, like superposable. The elbows are double jointed.
Huh.
And he's got 2 joints in like the paws.
Man, who would want that stuff?
I do.
It can lay down. You can
Nice.
pose him laying down.
I got Zabu, and I still want that one.
Yeah, I think I might have to get this one
Are
too.
you a furry?
No. But I had to have something to go with my Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's not bipedal, so.
You're saying?
Next picture, he's standing on his back leg. But he's striking at something or other. He's not going roar.
Good night, folks.
Oh, was it Flash Gets? Does those like where the Warhammer like guys, fighting, killing the furries? Brother, we must destroy this infestation.
Look how huge that thing is, man.
That is gigantic. Whoa. Man.
That's
It's gonna be like $130.
cat.
Anybody remember that movie Toy Soldiers?
Yeah.
Who wanted
Small-
a pair of those
small
figures?
soldiers?
Yeah, Small Soldiers.
There was a movie called Toy Soldiers, too.
It was a military
Yeah.
thing. But Quinn Comics said, tell Corey I've ordered from him before. I'm located in South Texas.
Oh
30
yeah,
minutes from-
Harlingen's way down there.
30 minutes from South Friday Island. Friday Island.
Oh, South Padre.
Padre.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
Southwest
he's
Virginia.
right. He's right next to Mexico.
You see, remember the Alamo?
Deep in the heart of Texas. The Alamo. When you say remember the Alamo, I think of Pee Wee's Big Adventure that more than any.
My grandfather was an enormous, massive fan of Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett.
He used to
Yeah,
sing that
Wild
to me
Rose
all
Deer.
the time.
Did you give him a hard time? Be like, you don't even have anything signed by him.
Well, there was a popular TV show back in the day, Davy Crockett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They show reruns of that on the Disney Channel, right?
Well, it was Disney or MeTV.
Mhm.
MeTV shows a lot of those good old programs.
he died a long, long time ago. He died when I was 19.
Your grandfather or Davy Crockett?
Well, Davy Crockett died long before my grandfather did. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know how old you are. He might have been like, I just turned 112.
Davy Crockett was on his way to the Mississippi, and it's the first time it was ever going to be crossed, right? And he's just laid on his little thing, stretched out, catching a nap. And his cohort's like, man, what are you doing laying down? Don't you know what we're about to do? It's like history making. Davy Crockett's like, well, you can't cross it till you get there.
Alpha says, I've been to the Alamo. It looks nothing like it did in the movie, especially not the Pee Wee movie. The Alamo is surrounded by a modern city.
Oh yeah, it's right at the heart of San Antonio, so everything you could think of is around it. It's a tourist attraction.
Quinn Comic City used to live originally from California, but lives in Texas now. Cheaper living down here.
It's because there's less socialism.
So, how much is gas in California now? What's $5-6?
When I was in Texas, the gas was a lot cheaper than it was here. Almost $1 cheaper.
California
That hurt
doesn't
my
need gas.
feelings a little
They
bit.
all drive electric cars.
Well, the stuff. I don't know what I was going to say. I'm happier with the flames on this time around. I'd redid the flames on the arm. And I got the base coat on these. I like the base, so I'll need to start to put a little bit darker orange on them. Turned out a little better. I need to get working on this eventually too. I got fitting pretty well. Canon, I made a hard case from the Ultraverse, and I handmade the chest armor on the other one, which looks good. But Canon was like, I can make that for you. Like, doop, 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 doop. Here you go. Here's the file. And bring it out.
Nice.
And I had take a heat gun and bend it around a pipe and all kinds.
Oh, that's because I had
of
to ship that one to you.
Well, I know you're lying saying that you shipped something.
Hey, I did once or twice.
It's here somewhere though when you shipped, but it ended up being just a tad bit too big. So I shrunk when I printed it out, and I changed it in bit shoot. I shrunk it down a little bit. Width-wise, I actually got slightly too tight. It actually worked out really good because I took my Dremel and made notches on it, made it look like it's actually pressed against flesh. Which, ooh, can I get this off? Because I forgot. I put green stuff in there to make it fit really good. But I put tape on the figure first, so you don't stick it to the figure.
I eventually get stuff shipped. It's hard to get to the post office.
Yeah, something about a railroad track, right?
Yeah.
Crossing them railroad tracks can be a problem, I know.
It's impossible.
I live
You don't
by
want
the
to
tracks.
cross the tracks around here.
I used to live right above the tracks. And the killer is
Yeah.
before like DVRs and stuff, so you just didn't know. Oh, that worked out good. I put tape on the chest, and I was like, well, put the green stuff in. Basically, key it to the chest now.
Hey, and the other post office that was near me was closed, so you got to blame that on the government.
I don't know, man. It sounds like you're reliving past glory about that last trip you took.
Well, Wednesday was a holiday, so everything was closed.
Yeah.
That and it requires me to leave my house.
Yeah, I know how bad that can be. My gas light came on my way home, so I'm just stuck here for the next week.
That's right.
I've been stuck here too, at my house.
Open image in a new tab. Don't reopen it.
How is your car doing?
Well, I got my Jeep fixed today. The ignition switch burned up. Last time I drove it, like smoke started coming out of the steering column.
Oh shit.
It's like, better get that fixed.
At 80 miles an hour down I-10, that ain't,
Well,
that ain't something you want to see.
Well, I was actually like turning, like what happened when I was turning into like the street goes to my house. So I wasn't far from the house. It shut off, and I was like, that's not good. I got the crank back up and just held the gas to it, and ended up being like a burned up ignition switch. Let's see. I need to put my soft goods cape on this. That's
Someone
such a
call
good.
my name.
It's such a cool head sculpt, but they didn't paint it. After you paint it, it looks pretty cool.
Why are you giving? You're gonna give Gary nightmares again
That's the
if
whole.
he's watching.
What did that head come with?
The Walgreens Sentry is the alternate head for the Void, where he's transforming into Void.
Oh, cool.
It's not painted really. It's all bone
Yeah.
white, with a very cheap wash done to it. So I painted it up. So none of the flash is on the head. Once you paint it up, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks great.
Actually works better for transforming Ghost Rider, but I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a Johnny Blaze transforming more than him turning into the Void. I
And
got
the
a
head
good
that came
wired
with-
soft goods cape here. I'm going to put on
Yeah.
here. My pile of stuff I got laying everywhere.
Didn't Harker make that for you?
Actually, I got that one off of GPS.
Tragedy.
Never used it.
Chris Jordan says, my inner child is flipping out, guys. Over here working on a must-have 97 Gambit. And if this is the
No.
Beastman sword, oh god, it is.
One of the ideals I got for like the Kazar is Thundar.
I thought that was going to be Hercules.
Hercules. I think
I'm thinking,
Kazar would work better for Thundar.
I think with a different head, you can make a good Tarzan out of Kazar.
See, Kazar is like a Vulcan size, and I think that fits Thundar a little better. I think Hercules would be a little bit too big. Hercules, I think, works better for like Conan or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I took that old Toy Biz Legendary Comic Book Heroes Conan and chopped it up and turned the parts and put it on a Hercules, which made a really good looking Conan.
Isn't the Mezco Conan like nigh on perfect?
I made it before the Mezco come out, and I didn't need the Mezco.
It's
after
kind of
I-
little.
Middle, kind of mid.
It's just like when you see it in hand, your mental image of the size of Conan is not that figure. And it's real strange because normally Mezco kind of scales up, but he's kind of a true scale, as opposed to the sort of 1/11th scale that we're used to on everything.
Yeah. So that's what kills me. Like too, everybody talks. A lot of these toy companies don't understand when everybody says 1/12 scale. We don't really mean 1/12 scale. We mean 1/11 scale.
Yeah, it's a little bigger.
It's not 1/10 and it's not 1/12. So it's
And it wouldn't be bad if everything was a true 1/12 scale, but you definitely have to start over.
they're
'Cause
tiny.
we're too deep.
When DC Collectibles did that with the DC Icons,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody kept telling DC Icons, make 1/12 with a 1/12 scale. They took it literally and made 1/12 scale figures, and they were tiny.
Mm-hmm.
But which worked great for the female figures because they made the female figures the same height as the males, so they worked perfectly. So I was buying all the DC Icon females when they come out. Still the best Harley Quinn figure, classic Harley Quinn figure they've made.
Yep. And people started complaining that their figures are too small, so then they went back to 1/10 scale.
And they had less detail. They went to that DC Essentials line, which were less detailed and less accessories.
Nothing.
Yeah, no sculpted details. They went through like a plain buck system.
I don't like McFarlane's diaper. Speaking of butt systems,
Hey, Canuck is in the house. He says, "What's up, folks?"
yo.
Hello, sir. Hey, don't worry, Corey. We're not going to keep you for 4 hours. We've been working on trying to keep getting them down to like 2-hour streams, and everybody just gets talking. We just kind of lose track of time.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, I talk a lot.
We
Can't shut him up.
can't get you to hush up sometimes, can I? I don't know.
Sorry. I apologize. I'll try to do better.
On Cult 3D, we found a bust somebody did for free, the download of Omni-Man, and Canon cut the head off.
It was Coke something.
Coke. And
Nice.
really nice Omni-Man heads.
Hey, cool.
Did you redo your resin? I know you said that you wasn't happy with your resin that you had.
Oh, no, well, it's fine. The resin. I was going to try like the orange resin, and I kept having issues changing out my FEP. I poked a hole in my FEP by accident. I didn't get everything off the build plate, and I hit home, and I poked a hole in my FEP. Replaced my FEP. Instructions were there are no instructions on the FEPs. And you're like, which side goes up? I put the first one in upside down, and when I print it, it glued straight to the FEP.
You removed the film from the FIP, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a top of the FIP I got. There's a top and bottom.
Yeah, the film part is the part that goes in the resin.
Right. And I put in the slicks on these FIPs. The slick shiny side is supposed to go up.
Yeah.
And I put it the other way around. And ruined the FIP first time I tried to print. Second time I changed it out, I was frustrated where I ruined the FIP, and I was like, I didn't think about it. I didn't clean the build plate off. And get home and I destroy that brand new FIP. I was like, screw it. I will change out the other FIP later on. And I just bought another tank with the FIP installed and got it printed again.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Because And the FEPs take a long time to change out because they're like 30-some screws in there.
if not more.
38, I think.
You got to take the top mount screws off. When you told me, like, there's 30 screws off the door. There's not that many screws on there. And I took that off and like, oh, there's the 30.
Yeah.
Took the 8 off the top plate. Then I took it, oh, there's 30.
I wasn't kidding.
Well, I just thought maybe like my printer was different or something.
It takes a solid hour to change one of those things out.
That's why I was like, heck with it. I'm just going to order one, and I'll just set it up where I have an extra tank where I can change it out and need to. That way I don't have to do so much when I change out colors. Got the new tank came with a lid, so I actually I can change out the colors that way.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, dead air. What was I talking about earlier? GPS lots. Tragedy.
What'd they do?
Nothing. They exist and how they get their products isn't the best.
Well, I think most of that stuff they sell, you can probably snag off Ali, huh?
Ali sells quite a bit of soft goods now.
Yeah. I feel like I see a lot of the soft goods that are on GPS lot on AliExpress.
There became a market. When I first started doing this, it was just like maybe 4 or 5 people. Harker, Rebel 10, C. Jessam, and then now, lottie-dottie everybody. All the time, I have people asking me about, well, how do you make a cape this? How do you make a cape that? And I'm like, well, you're in luck because cape's the easiest thing you'll ever make. Cut a triangle, cut the top tip off of it.
Got it. Circumcise a triangle.
Hell, I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's 2 figures coming out from Hasbro with cloth capes.
Odin?
What?
Odin and Doom. I never thought I'd see the day that they'd put out a cloth cape. I guess the writing was on the wall when they put out the white coat.
Odin is dang nice looking figure.
Yeah.
He's been a long time needing a real Odin. The Build-A-Figure is it's King Thor. They just gave us the alternate Odin head just for the heck of it. To get so we can buy two versions of everything.
Yeah, except for which one figure came with the Odin head and cape, and the other one came with the Thor head and cape.
Spider-Woman and Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, that's right.
No.
No, that Odin is long overdue.
A lot of people were like really like went crazy when they seen they were doing that new Miss Marvel figure of Warbird on the super articulated bodies. Like, I would have preferred her back on like the Moonstone with the updates, with the new arms.
You know what though? The more I looked, you remember that we were talking about that. The more we looked at that Warbird, it's like I'm not liking it too much now.
Yeah, the thigh rotations are way bad. They look terrible. When they could have easily hit them. They sculpted the boots, like the thigh-high boots, and then they put the rotation underneath the sculpt of the boot. It's like, why didn't you just hide it with a thigh rotation?
Yeah, I know. And they could have done the same thing with Lilith too.
Well, Lilith's just reusing the shriek body, which
Yeah. I mean, like, if they could have done those boot cuffs, so they should have.
I am still just blown away they did classic Lilith.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't really complain, right?
Because they get the modern Lilith in the modern comics looks awful.
Yeah.
Some of these modern redesigns characters, it's like, what are you thinking?
What do you think of that? The Phoenix with the base. That thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the base. I like the older heads better though.
Yeah, but I do like the alternate head, the Phoenix, the one where the Phoenix is being released. I just like the way the hair and the face looks for that one.
Still not as nice as the Toys R Us 3-pack heads.
Yeah.
Toys R Us 2-pack heads. That one came with 3 heads. You had a Jean Grey head,
Yeah.
a kind of powered up head, and that same head translucent hair, like a darker eye paint. All those are just phenomenal head sculpts.
That was the 2-pack with Cyclops?
Yep.
Yeah, those heads were nice.
Which we're getting that Phoenix again. Getting Phoenix in her green suit, which, green suit Phoenix. So we need to get a classic Cyclops again.
Yes.
When I was watching that, and when they changed the head sculpt, they like flashed the red costume.
Yeah.
I thought, man, this is going to be a 2-pack. They're going to have like a stand in the middle, and it's going to be the green and the red one. And they just snookered me, and they was just like, oh no, it's just the one.
Just big stand.
Alpha's asking, are soft goods really that expensive to add? Toy Biz used to do it all the time. Even the old superheroes figures had cloth capes.
I think it depends on the quality.
Well, back in 2002, when Toy Biz started, you could buy Marvel Legends for $7.99.
Yeah.
With a lot of paint and soft goods, with a base. So.
I mean,
and
we're
technically
not,
more articulation than we have now.
The soft goods that we're talking about that are being produced today is not the old superpowers plastic clip around the neck. I mean, that's just not what's happening these days. Some of them are.
I think he's talking more along the lines of the earlier Marvel Legends, like the Fiend with his trench coat and stuff like that.
It really depends on where you go. A lot of people like GPS lots because it's cheap, but it's not going to be. GPS lots isn't the best. They have
their quality varies a lot from what Harker said. They buy from different artists.
I'm like, you can line up, like you can buy Daredevil 19. I bought a Mysterio cape from him when he was running a sale, and then I had one from GPS lots originally, and it's just night and day between the two of them. The fabric's better, the sewing's better, the thread they use is better, the wire he uses is better. It's a better cape all the way around, and you are going to get what you pay for when it comes to the soft goods. I'm not sure that $45 for a hood is cost effective, but do I think it's worth $45? Yeah, probably. There's a lot of time and effort that goes in behind the scenes there, but when we're talking like a $50 figure, I'm not sure that a $45 hood is necessary. He is more top end. Your The Amazing and Just Jays of the world that like really pride themselves on photos and things like that are gonna go for him. sitting in your collection, you could probably get away with half the cost, depending on where you go. Do I think that the soft goods work better than vinyl? Like 9 times out of 10, it's rare that I would choose something vinyl or plastic over soft goods.
I think what would be really good to have
Posability alone.
with the scale we work at, I think what would be really good for like almost like a combination of the two.
Yeah.
If you could have something like wraps around the neck, where you can lay down real flat, contoured, mold it to the figure, lay on the figure, basically like key on to the figure. Be like the top part of the cape, the lapels, whatever we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Then have the cape attached to the back part and flow on down.
I don't know where I've heard that before.
Yeah, Cannon. Yeah.
I hear you. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, I'm talking about something different. It's actually like will be like visible. The piece that go around the neck would be visible. Would like be modeled to look like a cape coming around. Like be like a vinyl cape, and stop back here, and have your cape attached to the back, or you'd have your posable cape and you have your nice uptight around the neck. Look.
Yeah, that has the plastic piece.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
And it has the wired cape. Yeah.
Best of both worlds right there.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
I'll tell you the best possible result is, you know, that whiplash that they just put out, where everything's a purple, and then the cape is a completely different color. The mauve, I think, is what we settled on.
Yes.
But then you got things like Dune, where you don't want to replace the hood. You just want a wired cape with the chain on it. But matching that green is...
When you say the word mauve, you can't say mauve. You got to say mauve.
Mauve, yes. Heathered mauve.
Kind of like marmalade.
Alpha was saying that June from Jada said another factory has to take care of all the soft goods, so it's a bother.
It is a bother, without a doubt. Doing anything at this scale is hard.
Yep.
It's a lot easier to do life-size IRL stuff like this suit that I'm working on. I can almost do this bathing suit in the time it takes me to do 2 capes.
Or a lot of customizers, they don't even like to want to deal with like soft goods, which I think soft goods, a good balance between both makes everything better.
And while Hasbro does have 2 cloth capes, if you look at them, they're just straight capes. You know, they're not.
Oh, they're not wire.
They're just cut fabric. You know, there's no hem, there's no wire, there's none of that.
I think you can have a good balance between two.
There are a lot of companies that have kind of fallen into how can we do just another Mezco type toy, and it usually means that they use a really cheap base body underneath.
Yeah, well, I don't
whatever
want
soft
well,
goods.
I want to say that like a balance of both worlds. I don't mean the clothing. I want the clothing to be molded.
Yeah, I kind of like whenever the toy is still engineered, but then the soft goods become an accent.
That's what I mean. A good point.
Yeah. Robes is a different story because I've never seen robes really look that good. Especially you look at something like Obi-Wan from A New Hope. Like how do you make that skirt piece work as a toy?
I feel like the Four Horsemen's robe on the Mask of the Red Death figure. I think that the robe on that looks pretty good.
It does.
Really nice.
It really does. It really looks good. However, it is not what I would call functional.
No?
No, it is. It is where it is. You're not really going to get it to like flow or mold or.
Yeah, if they had used some heavier gauge wire in, I think that would have made a big difference because the wiring is real tiny.
Yeah, it's a lot of thread, a lot of seams, a lot of folded fabric. It makes a stiffer product. I'm not criticizing it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it looks good,
There's
but
too many layers.
it's just pretty much, like a vinyl. It serves a similar function to a vinyl
Yeah.
cloak. It's not really going to move with the figure. If you like bend it over at the waist,
You're gonna bend it
it's
over.
it's gonna try and straighten itself back out because it's just so thick.
I have not kept up with this. Here's a question somebody's got in the chat. Did Haya ever release that Judge Dredd with the soft goods? It's 1/12 scale.
Yeah, he just came out, and he looks like he's wearing a balloon.
He looked like he was wearing balloons in the solicitation too, though.
Mm-hmm. It looks
It
terrible.
was awful.
But the problem is that it's not much different than the Mezco Dread soft goods, which fell apart too. So I don't know. Dread keeps getting the shaft.
You guys remember the Mandarin from the 2-pack, the Toy Biz?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
melted.
That robe was a freaking.
Not nothing for nothing, but over the years when I was trying to learn how to do this, I
Oh.
ran across this one video of a guy. He actually used balloons to make dresses for females.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
I remember that. When people used to use that, like to do clothing on figures with balloons, cut them up, and I was like, that's not going to last.
I mean, it looked all right. I ain't gonna lie. It's not
Oh, it
like
looked great,
all
but
right, man.
it's going to disintegrate.
For what it is.
I remember somebody did back in the day. Somebody did a really good looking. What's their name from Fatal Fury? Maya or whatever in the red outfit, and they used balloon material to do her outfit. And it's like, yeah, it looks awesome, but a year or two, that's going to dissolve.
Remember when people used to use toothpaste? I don't know. It's really the plastic from the toothpaste holder.
I don't remember that part.
They used to
Like
cut
a
up,
toothpaste tube?
Yeah, the tube. They used to cut it up and use it for like cuffs and detail for clothing and stuff. I'm wondering, something like that.
Well, that's actually still sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, you remember? Imagine a cape or something like that.
What a coincidence, Corey. I was just talking about that earlier. I got one where you print maybe a seven. One of them sitting here.
Oh, the ankle joints from who was that?
We blended Marvel Select peg to
for the Hulk foot.
Yep.
Yeah.
These things work great too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, you sent me.
And I think Bill ended up seeing stuff like that, and then he said, "Hey, you can just recreate the joint." Yeah, I can mold it and cast it. And for a long time, Bill would send me stuff just constantly. He's like, "All right, elbow joint, ankle joint, shoulder," and we repaired a lot of stuff.
Nice.
Especially those the Mezco Batmans. Their elbow joint has this sort of H joint, and the bicep and the forearm connect with just a hinge, but it's sandwiched in between that H joint, so it's really thin, and they're notorious for just snapping.
The old NECA joints were bad.
Oh yeah, and even nowadays, sometimes people will still get duds. I haven't had it on any of the. I've been buying the Universal Monsters, and I think those are probably some of the best figures NECA's done in a long time.
You know what?
The gargoyles are really nice too.
Yeah,
Yeah?
NECA's improved so much.
I'm probably least impressed by all the turtle stuff.
I just never was a big turtle
Hey,
fan, so I've never.
You want to see a blast from the past?
The only turtles I got stuff is like the movie turtles, and they're still the
Yeah,
box.
I got
Look at this guy.
And then they keep
Oh, Raziel. Yeah. Man, I had that figure and I gave it to my brother and I still regret it.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks exactly like you would want him to. I had to
Oh, he's perfect.
fix his arm because his arm broke. NECA was
Oh, no.
weird, man. NECA, when they first come out, they made good toys, and then they like shifted, and then all the joints broke. And they deteriorated and all this stuff, and then they like circled back around, and now they're making good stuff again. You know, the really started with the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Is there another version of that figure there that you just had?
yes,
The
there
clear
is
one.
another version. He is
Like a light blue, right?
yeah, he is a
Translucent blue.
Mhm.
Because I found that at a comic shop for like a few dollars. And I still have
Hey.
it somewhere in a bin.
he's
just
got
got
like a base, a throne, and his wings are hard plastic, and
I picked this up a month ago or so. When Walmart was clearancing out their NECA stuff, I got it for $25. It's the video game
Nice.
version, but it's got like cell shading. It's done really well.
Works pretty
And,
good for a
this one comes with the folded down wings, so you don't take up like 3 shelves.
Works pretty good for the stone version.
Yeah, it definitely. That's where when I got it, it's like, man, I originally got it for parts. I was like, man, it looks too damn good. Well, I'll just keep it as is. Of course, I was wanting to see if these folded down wings would fit over Caliban torso. They don't. Because I got this beast that I made.
Cool. Man, he's awesome.
You got the neck and wings. He turned out pretty good. I didn't bother like going over the pin. Pin holes don't really bother me. Everybody talks about everything needs to be pinless and stuff. I was like, I like to work on stuff.
As long as it's the same, as long as it's the same color as the figure, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah. The only time it really stands out is like with Spider-Man, where like the inside of his arm's blue and the outside's red, and they always pick the wrong color pin, so they use the red pins. And you got the big giant red circle on his forearm, and it's like, just use blue pins because you got a tiny hole on the outside. But that turned out pretty nice. I meant to do a video on it before I got my surgery, but I didn't.
Chris says you guys are making my plastic anxiety flare with all these great items. The sword, though. Yeah, you know, I agree. I agree with AK. Flesh-colored female legs look awful with pins. Yeah, that was
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Bare legs, especially on the female with pins, they look terrible.
Yeah, what's
the problem is you got to deal with this stupidity. They do pinless legs, and then they put the copyright information in her inner thigh and sculpt it on.
Oh man,
it's like these are great pinless legs. Then you got like 2002 style, like big text sculpted into her inner thigh.
I bet that's a pain in the butt to sand off.
I haven't tried, but the what's her face,
Moira McTaggart,
Power Princess, she was her legs sanded pretty easily, and I found a neat little trick too. Once you sand, take a little bit of this over top of it.
Oh man, I always have that stuff on hand.
Yep. You go over your sanding marks with that, they'll go away.
You know, I look at that Moira McTaggart figure. She should have came with pinless legs for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Her and Jean.
This one should have come with like bicep swivels, too.
Yeah. they have the tech. They have it, and like I don't understand why they don't.
Well, And they show that new robe coming out with no torso articulation. It's just a ball joint at the bottom. She's a
the
villain.
two-pack? Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, really?
She's got no torso articulation at all.
It's a solid
the
torso
waist.
with a ball joint at the waist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the 97 Jean Grey. Like, why? They said try to use the excuse because her costume got that stripe down the middle. So you can put a stripe down the middle and still have articulation.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've done plenty of things to break up costume details already, so I don't understand why. Like silhouette is a big deal,
There you go.
but yeah, pretty
Yeah, the
much.
stripe down the middle, and she's got
Yeah.
torso articulation. She's got diaphragm.
That's bull. Stupid excuses.
Yeah, I put the Outback head on there. And oh, have you checked out Kids Warehouse, Corey?
Yeah, I just got some Indiana Jones figures off of there.
You can get the Outback Rose for $10 on there.
Oh yeah, they've been a bit of a hot spot. It's like the new, kind of like the new Ollies.
Yeah, the online ollies.
Yeah.
Jubilee and Slave Leia look like they lost their legs in accidents. Yeah. Prosthetic replacements. Yeah, I know those old freaking. They looked awful. AK says, "Watch those hands, Lefty."
Mhm.
I would like the benefit of getting the Outback Rose cheap. You get the street bodies, well, the street style bodies,
Yeah.
and you get these really good rogue heads.
Oh yeah, they're great.
I've upgraded like several rows just by putting this head on. On
What
the
wave did
older
that rogue
figures
come
too. On the older like female figures too.
Mhm.
Matthew, Customs by Matthew.
Oh yeah.
He's got a great tutorial on how to add a ball joint to a double ball peg to those old torsos. And once I saw
Really?
that, I do that to every one of them. Just get you a cheap junk Eternals figure, which there's plenty of them, and grab the, or you can cast them, the double
That's
ball
true.
peg, and you just basically cut the top ball joint off, hollow out a socket in it, pop it in there, and you got a double ball peg.
Oh man.
It's even fun when I did that too. They can get to.
What wave was that rogue from? That Outback rogue?
She was a standalone release.
Oh, with Pyro? Or the the green. Yeah. The Outback one was
Pyro
fan
back.
channel, right?
Yeah, fan channel, like single release.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was saying because I never seen her.
Yeah. The
I thought the 2-pack one with Pyro, and I don't want that one. I just want Pyro from that pack. I never ended up getting it because didn't want to.
Oh man, that Pyro set ended up going for like, I don't know, they were like $20 on GameStop for a while before they sold out.
Yeah, we have a Marshalls and Winners up here in Canada, and they were I think $10 if you found them.
Yeah.
And my buddy went and he actually found he was looking for 3. Like he already had told another friend he was going to grab one, so he said if he was going to find a third one, it would have been mine. He only found 2. What are the odds?
Oh
He went to
man.
check for a couple
Unfriended.
other stores. Yeah.
can't get to most of my collection right now. I got a bunch of boxes stacked in front of my shelves. I had to like go find me one that's did the neck peg model too.
Let me solo you here. All right.
We got the electrocute, and see if I can get the head off.
You got to stop showing off that head because that thing is solid.
I can't get the head off with one hand.
What hair did
But,
that come with?
Well, this head, the hairpiece came with a WWE figure.
Yeah, that hair.
Which I tried to like find. I tracked down the figure that the hairpiece come off of. I got it off clearance back in the day. Now that figure goes for a premium, so I can't get these hairpieces. But this was the torso was what was it? Scarlet Witch, maybe?
Oh yeah.
No,
Didn't she?
Enchantress. It was an Enchantress torso, which is Scarlet
Yeah.
Witch. And it had the fixed ball joint on top. You cut the ball joint off the top of it and just put in take your Dremel and make a ball socket and pop in your double ball peg. And you got a lot more movement, the head sculpt. Of course, I picked one with huge hair, so it's kind of harder to show off.
Yeah.
But I love the green on that one.
Yeah, so shiny. Is that the duplicolor protective?
Yes, there's Duplicolor Clear Coat,
Oh yeah.
and that's my new favorite gold too.
A candy shell. Ooh, what is that gold?
That is, I'll show you here. Go here, Mr. Hobby, Mr. Metallic, 217.
Oh, I can't be around that stuff. Eric almost killed me with that shit.
Oh yeah, you told. I remember that now.
Yeah, I am very allergic to that Mr. Color paint.
It's potent. You take that lid off, it's like, woo.
Yeah. My lips and tongue were swelling up, and I was not having a good time. I had to go find Benadryl immediately.
You actually had an anaphylactic reaction to it.
Yeah, yep. I would be very careful. Anybody that wants to try that stuff. And Eric's like, yeah, sorry, I almost tried to kill you. Let's not joke about that. Let's be friends.
Yeah. The Duplicolor hard coat. I was like, there's like a predominant customizer who should not be named. So there's no such thing as a protective clear coat. Why do I keep getting on single screen? He says protective hard coats don't exist. I was like, what?
Interesting. No, I mean, but
Come on,
isn't the whole point of having like a shellac, a
Yeah.
hard coating?
What do you
I mean,
paint
in
your car
theory-
with?
Yeah, I mean, even like the Rust-Oleum brand, they make a hard coat like that too.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Rust-Oleum sprays, but
But-
you can find plenty of those like candy coatings.
The
Say,
Duplicolor is
That's a good one.
that is like the magic.
Mm-hmm.
It will smooth your. It's hard to make it run, and it dries quickly, and it's smooth.
Yeah, I've been using it as a first layer. Whenever I finish heads, they get that duplicolor, and then I go back with the matte finish that I want to use.
You do exactly the same.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
The hit with the Duplicolor to seal it with the hard
Yep.
sealer. Then I hit it with the matte to dull it back down.
So back in the day, Games Workshop made this paint called Ard Coat, and they had the
I remember
same
that.
process. They would say, okay, when you finish painting your models, hit them with this Ard Coat, and
I
then
never used
finish
that.
with a matte. Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Because I've been using Duplicolor I don't know, almost ever since I've been doing hobby stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Once I discovered it, of course, now it's a lot more expensive, but you used to be able to buy a can double the size for $5, but now they're
Oh, it's
$2 a can for a small one.
crazy. Yeah.
Buy them off Amazon. You can buy a 6-pack. It's a lot cheaper. You basically get them for like $10 a can.
Oh, nice. So the do you ever use the duplicolor primers?
I do.
Man, I love how smooth those are.
Yep. Don's Iron Man. It's got some Duplicolor primer on it.
Yeah.
And I use Duplicolor Flame Red for the body too. It's got that beautiful candy color.
Mm-hmm.
He knows about clear finishes.
Yeah. Or one of the guys on here.
Say about my mama?
We were talking about your Iron Man. Somebody on here one time, I forget even who it was. Guys like talking about sealing your figures with Mod Podge. It's like no, don't do that.
What about crazy glue?
Why?
But I got so much Mod Podge sitting up here, man.
Use a
I mean,
good.
whatever works. It's really thick.
Yeah, that's it. It's like it's very thick.
Yeah. I mean, if you could use like a thinner, you could thin it down and airbrush it. Because I've run Mod Podge through an airbrush before, but
Now I think they were
it's
talking
so
about like,
thick.
paint.
Hand brushing.
Yeah, it was like
Mm.
don't do that.
I mean, once it's on there, it's on there.
Yeah.
And I got Sutik Wong says, hello, fam.
I don't have friends. I got family. I don't have friends. I got family.
What?
I hit it
Oh, you
twice.
played.
There we go. This one I haven't done any mods to. I can get the Ziploc bag out. Open. Matthew's got that tutorial on his channel where he just cuts the top peg off and then you can
tap straight into it.
Yep. Then you just drill like take a round bit and make you like
Oh
a
man.
round socket. And you get your movement on the top of your ball joint.
Oh yeah.
Once I saw that, I was like, "Holy crap, that's a good idea."
Oh, I hated when they were using those ball pegs for the heads.
Well, that's the only time I like the ball pegs. I'd rather have a disc hinge for the neck with a ball peg on top.
Mhm.
No,
But
no, I
if
mean
I can give a figure more articulation, that's awesome.
no, like I mean the one there on that She-Hulk, the one that
So
originally came.
why not solo?
Oh yeah. Whenever it was just the solo ball.
Oh,
I'll be
that
right
was
back.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe a drink.
when it's like the She-Hulk. There's no solid head. Yeah, that's terrible. Hasbro did that from the get-go. Start doing that stuff when they first got to Marvel Legends.
Oh, look, Sutik Wong says that Mod Podge guy was me.
Sorry, something wrong. So, but no, don't do that.
Name Withheld's in the house. He says, "Hey everyone, we're gonna have to catch the replay."
Yeah, we're getting at the 2-hour mark already.
Eee.
And Alpha says that's a great idea. I'll do that tonight.
That is a killer sword cannon. What's that for? I'll water it down and apply it with a brush, and it dries, but it's not the hardest. I only use it because I can't use spray cans in my area. Understood, brother. I understand. I'll just give you a hard time anyway. And plus, I know the stuff I use is expensive, and not everybody. I wouldn't force that on anybody because it just keeps going up the drip color. But I am a creature of habit, and it's the best thing I ever found to use. I'm going to keep using I'm down to my last can to clear right now. I might order with them. But when you hit that gold, the gold's real pretty out of the bottle. That's brush painted, and when you get it with that different color, it gets more like a richer tone to it. It gets like almost like adds a little bronze to the color. It's still bright, but it's just gorgeous. But it will kill you, so don't use it.
It'll kill me. It may not kill you.
Yeah. That were statements for Corey.
Yeah.
I remember after they said that, it's like I remember Harker telling me about that. You had that bad reaction to it.
Yeah, when it happened, because Harker left some paints here, and he said, give these a shot, let me know what you think. So, all right, so I sat down, and I was just testing them out, and all of a sudden, I knew something was wrong, because my face felt swollen all of a sudden. I thought, okay, something's up. They put the lid on, I go inside, and I look at my face, and I'm red. I was like, uh-oh, something's not right. And I immediately go for the Benadryl, and I took some, was chilling out, but I could just feel it. It was setting in. My hands, palms of your hands start to itch. You're like sweating profusely. It's like, this isn't right.
That's how I feel when I go out in public.
I was getting ready to ask you if you tried these, but I see them on your desk, so yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love these. These are so good.
This is, to me, almost like the new testers.
This yellow that they make.
Oh, I got it right here.
Oh, man.
Yellow.
This one's warm yellow, but their yellow has such good coverage. It's amazing.
What paint
I
is
love
that?
they actually have shakers in them too. Right off that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, shakers inside of them, and
I wouldn't chance it, but they do make an acrylic. Mr. Hobby, the Aqua stuff.
Yeah, neat.
These seem to brush similar to testers. These are the water-based ones.
Another one that I really like are the AK Interactive.
Haven't tried those.
These are fantastic. These are kind of like Vallejos, but they have the perfect viscosity straight out of the bottle.
Oh, nice.
A lot of Vallejos are, I mean, you get your money's worth out of them because, you squirt it on your palette and you're like, that's really thick. And as long as you got thinner, you're good. But sometimes you want paint you can just put on your palette and be ready to go.
Well, these are pro acryls
From Monument Hobbies.
And they are excellent paints. I bought every one of their flesh tones.
Are those straight out of the bottle, or you have to thin them?
Oh man, these are thin straight out. They're awesome.
Yep. Like with
Alpha's asking, do you have an affiliate code for us?
Oh, for the pro acryls? No, sir. They don't have those on Amazon or anything like that. You go buy them. There's other hobby stores carry them, but I don't think. Does Amazon carry them now?
I think it's third-party sellers that have them up there.
I don't trust those.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, guys, we're at the 2-hour mark. If you want to go longer, we can. Or we don't want to keep Corey.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna finish these before I pop off.
Okay, cool.
So.
We'll just sit here chit chat then.
Yeah.
Oh, I did get me a new glue gun here recently. I got this sucker from Ryobi. It's got a base that you plug your battery pack in, and it heats this thing up. You just pop it off and start using it.
Oh, nice.
You got a wireless glue gun.
I've seen it once, as long as it sounds good. Cool, wireless.
Here's the full base piece. You just turn it on and let it heat up, and that's what I use to glue the cape on the floor. Oh, here's the one Ken sent me. See, he did mail me stuff.
Hey, I mailed several people some things.
He mailed me that mammoth head. All the helmets I got on lore.
I've known a lot of people, a lot of stuff. I'm the mailman. I mail all the time.
There are some folks out there with some pretty snazzy hell cycles who got mailed stuff.
Yes, they are. Oh, speaking of, I got mine laying in here. Did you see those, Corey?
They're awesome, man. Those.
I like Canon's hell cycle better than the one coming out.
Hey, cool.
I will still get the one coming out. I'll put that Ghost Rider on Canon's bike.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm a sucker for Danny.
It's like they were like avoiding him forever. It's like, why?
Yep.
He's everybody's favorite Ghost Rider.
Yep.
I will have a couple nitpicks with it, but because I don't know why the shield, the front shield of the motorcycle don't have headlights, and why is that piece beat up?
Right.
The rest of the bike is pristine, and that's all beat up.
Oh, because it gets the insect and rocks flicked off of it.
And I really wish they would have gave us a new Ghost Rider head, because it's the same Ghost Rider head we've had every Ghost Rider they release, other than the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I think it's time to sculpt a new Ghost Rider head.
Yeah.
Because Danny, always remember Danny with like the crazy big flames.
Like the Toy Biz one. The Toy Biz one, but if it was translucent, that would be perfect.
Yeah, the Toy Biz head sculpt was not. The flames could be better, but the skull sculpt is probably like one of the best Ghost Rider skull sculpts.
Yeah.
But where it was opaque and they paint it to flames, it's just not the. Don't look as nice as other ones with got the orange translucent flames.
One of the things that always. What's that? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was always bugged whenever the skull was like the same size as a head with flesh on it.
Yes.
Where when you see a bear skull, you're like, oh, it is smaller, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even on the Hasbro Ghost Riders, I still feel like the skulls are a little too big.
Omega Weapon 13. I need a Ghost Rider with a Tesla Cybertruck. LOL.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want that thing to catch on fire. It'll burn like for a few weeks. When electric cars catch on fire, they will actually burn for weeks. They've actually submerged them in a lake.
Well, it's because it's lithium.
Fire.
Is it because they have lithium batteries?
Yes.
Yeah, thermal runaway.
In junkyard, when they have junkyards for regular cars, you can just stack them up, put them around there. They got to keep electric cars like 10 feet apart from each other.
Yeah, that's a nice waste of space.
If they go up, there'll be a chain reaction. Like at the electric car dealership a while back, one of them burned, and they all burned. I was surprised. Last time I was down here, I used this glue. Didn't put the lid back on it. Just dried up the top, and it's still good.
Nice.
And that's been like 2 weeks ago. In the past 2 weeks, I think I've been downstairs twice, maybe, since I had my surgery.
Man, them some rookie numbers. You need to pump them up.
Oh. I think there's a request on the Discord that I think Don can answer. Somebody was asking like for a weird size. He said it's a weird size request. He wants to see a Plunderling standing next to a Marvel Legends Shriek.
I can absolutely do that.
Something along is asking how your arm is.
Oh, it's sore right now. Somehow I bruised my finger here. It's been a little swollen today.
What's it
Took my
been?
last antibiotic today.
Over a week now?
Last Monday's when I had surgery.
Okay, you know what? Rub some dirt on it and get on with it, right?
Drink some water, man. Get the fuck over it, Jesus. Stop milking it.
I would love to get over it right now.
If people knew what that felt like, though.
Can't be out the game that long, man.
This is kind of the extent right still yet.
Yeah.
I can't even put these. I can't put my index and my thumb together.
That's just because of all that padding in the way.
That's called swelling.
Do what now?
I said that's called swelling.
Mm-hmm. I think I did that this morning. My left leg calf muscle like cramped up bad enough where it woke me up, and I got up and I kind of like hit my hand, and I think that's part of why it swelled a bit today too.
There's something along saying nothing can stop your customizing drive, not even surgery.
I did a little work tonight. I chromed the belt buckle, and I did some paint on an arm.
Man, you sound like Cannon talking about mailing shit out.
Hey, I talked to the mail person today.
And the new chest armor for the 2.0 hard case I'm going to make, which is perfect right now. Where I put the tape on the chest and the green stuff, I dremeled out spots around where it is keyed on, where it goes on perfectly and stays where it's at. And turn it upside down, it's on.
Every time I leave my house, there are people who know me and want to talk.
Every time I leave my house, there's people outside. I don't want to go.
Everything dong dang time.
Every time. I can't go anywhere in this town without somebody trying to talk to me.
The Dracula figure they got coming out looks nice.
Luckily, I'm just a voice on the end of a phone, man. Nobody
awesome.
recognizes me.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that version of Dracula. He looks good. I kind of wish he was a little bigger, but yeah, one of the guys on the Discord, he used the King Thor Build-A-Figure body and made it Dracula, and it looked badass. It's huge, imposing.
The boots are right.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody seen the Demeter movie?
The Voyage of the Demeter? Yeah, I watched that.
Last Voyage.
Was it good?
Yeah, of course.
I haven't watched that yet.
Was I?
I mean, it's not yet, but it's good.
Okay. I love Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I think that the costume design for that Dracula is beautiful. I think the Last Voyage of the Demeter is kind of like half that. Like when you see it, you're like, oh, it looks cool. And then, of course, the reveal, when you see the thing in like full form, you're like, it's all right.
I think the biggest mistake they made was announcing that it was Dracula before anybody went and watched the movie.
Yeah.
Well, if you recognize the Demeter
yeah,
as
the Demeter.
name,
I mean,
would be hard.
Well, the majority, I will say,
90% of everybody's not going to know that.
Don't know what the Demeter is.
Oh,
yeah, books are hard, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Are you the majority out there? No.
I'm the majority of the people sitting in this chair.
The majority of people.
But yeah, a lot of people don't read nowadays, so they're all kind of oblivious to it.
So I mean, if you knew that he'd come across on the Demeter, you'd be like, ho ho ho! I bet that's Dracula. But if they just hadn't out and out just said it in the trailer, I think the movie would have done a lot better. The word of mouth on it would have fucking blew up.
Well, it's, you got to remember too. It's very like you got people out there nowadays. They watching an MCU movie and they think they know everything about comic books.
Yeah.
They're an expert on comics because they watched a movie that's just basically a name only.
Mega Weapon 3.
All right, so
you guys heard Marvel vs. Capcom is back.
Hey.
so they want a plunderling and the shriek body.
Yeah. I didn't know the game went away. What happened?
Oh, they're doing an anniversary set with the older Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Oh, nice.
I think it's gonna have even the Punisher Capcom game that had Nick Fury in it.
I don't think I remember that one.
That's a good one.
Back in the day,
Yeah, Nick Fury.
I
and Punisher.
love the old Capcom fighting games. I'd play one all the time. I still remember the hardest character to beat with the X-Men Capcom game was to beat the final boss was the Sentinel. For me,
Oh yeah.
because the Sentinel moves so slow, it's hard to dodge. Dodge. Team
Yeah, I
4-star.
remember that game you mentioned, the Punisher with Nick Fury. That was a good game.
That one was fun. It had a really good rogues gallery to it.
Yeah.
Darkstalkers, that was a fun game.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Storm is done with Darkstalkers already. Like, you got 2 figures. You should be happy.
I would like to see Jada get Darkstalkers.
That'd be cool.
They would
Oh,
actually
yeah.
finish them.
Oh yeah.
But Jada has shown they don't jump around. They will finish out a cast of characters. Storm. We made who did we make last time for Mortal Kombat? Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Whoops! Here's another Sub-Zero.
Which version was that? Version 2? Or here's from the 4th game.
Yeah.
Do you say you like those 2? Well, or here's one from the 5th game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will admit, their Goro is a beautiful figure. It looks great. And the Shiva look. I was even tempted to get the Shiva, even though I don't even have any of their figures. So it looks very well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do beautiful figures, but they're when they put 112 scale on the package, I don't know if they know what that means.
Yeah, because they're 1/10 scale. Well, their
gigantic.
scale is all over the place too.
Yeah.
They scale things like McFarlane.
They
We're
scale it
just
for
putting a number
shelf
on it.
presence.
Yeah, we're just putting a number on it. We really don't know the scale.
This is the maximum size we can make this figure and have it still fed on your standard shelf with its, torso in a crunch position.
But at least with Storm, all the parts look like they're from the same figure.
So their figures do scale with their respective game. Now, the Street Fighter 4 may not scale with Street Fighter 2, but the Mortal Kombat characters scale with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not like McFarlane. If something doesn't scale right, he tells you you're just getting more plastic.
Yeah.
It's all about
Dude,
perspective.
he's bad to make a figure. The torso is basically a 112 scale figure, or like a Marvel Legends scale figure, 111 scale figure, with 3 mile long legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on?
What channel do I need to put it in there Molds.
Oh,
Custom tips.
I think
Yeah, I
it's
found it.
okay, yeah. Looks like they're clear. Oh, Targets are clearancing out their mutt and junkyard and mutt.
Hey, nice.
Omega Weapon 13 says June from Jada. His goal is to complete the Street Fighter 16 character roster. Never been done.
Oh, for Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So all of the world champions. I'm down.
Yeah, the Sota Street Fighter line was pretty good back in the day. Still holds up.
Oh yeah.
But
Man, the figures won't stand up though.
yeah.
Those joints were loose out of the package.
Yeah, some of them were off.
I never got into the soda fit. Well, I was kind of late in the game of getting into action figures, and the time I did, like the sodas are basically gone. And
Yeah, they're hard to
I have
get.
a huge action figure collection now, but I missed out some of the more pricier stuff to get now, so I don't have it.
Yeah.
I am not paying the money they want for the Wonder Twins for DCUC.
Oh, no way.
And I
You know,
love
all of that stuff will cycle back around. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing. If you're missing a toy in your collection, by the time that figure isn't as sought after,
Yeah.
it'll be because the figure is in bad shape.
Yeah.
You know, entropy is setting in.
Mhm. Well, the Wonder Twins is one of those things too. Like, I kind of like to have them for my Super Friends like shelf for DCUC,
Hmm.
but I don't want to pay the money they're for because it's the Wonder Twins. So they know what they're going for.
And it's Mattel.
And plus two, I can make them, but it's
There
the
you
Wonder
go.
Twins. So I kind of want them, but I don't want to put a lot of effort into them.
Did you collect the New Gods
What do you mean?
in the DCUC line? Did you
Oh,
did you buy all?
I have a huge collection of DCUC stuff. I got all the.
Okay,
new guys.
so my thing was anything Kirby,
Yeah.
and I was buying all the New Gods, and I have Metron with the Mobius chair, and I've had him in a box in the closet for years now, and I was going through that box the other day. That figure went from blue to green. I don't know what's going on with the plastic, but it's not aging well.
Yeah, some of the DCUC
I got my.
figures.
I didn't end up not subscribing to the kit, the chair.
Oh, the signature. Yeah.
His.
Oh, hey,
Oh
yours is
shit!
still
Yeah, his
blue.
waist. Yeah. No, he's yelling.
Oh, on his torso?
Yep, his torso is
Yeah.
yelling. If you said that, it's like
Yep.
he is mint green on the. Let me turn my light off. You can really see.
Yeah,
His
something
his
wrong
butt
says,
is mint green.
Oh,
Huh.
wow.
Yeah, the torso on mine has started turning a greenish hue from that blue.
Yep, same here. You just can't tell on camera.
Yeah.
The camera's like correcting the color.
That's something that I don't know, I kind of warn some of my friends about, because they'll see an older figure.
His
They'll tell
thighs
me,
are doing it too.
Oh no. They'll tell me, oh, I want this figure. Is it worth it? Is it worth however much they're asking for on eBay? It's like, no, just wait until another company makes it.
Which I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised because it's McFarlane, but Hulk Smash and I were talking about if he made them like Barda and the scale he does would be perfect. 'Cause,
Hmm.
Of course, he'd probably turn around and make her damn mega figures.
Oh no.
But this
Yeah,
is
the Kirby Barda. Yep.
This is
I
the
love
one I
that
have on my
figure.
shelf. She don't
That
have
one's perfect.
ankle articulation, but this is a perfect Barda because the Mattel one
Oh,
was
yeah.
too damn small. The Mattel one looked fine, but she's tiny.
She is way too small.
And Barda's like 7 foot tall.
Hmm.
They admitted like they screwed up at the factory with her, which is surprising with Scott Knightley because he never admits fault. And when he said that it got messed up between communications between the factory, and they made her the same size as regular female figures instead of making her big, she was supposed to be a big figure.
Hmm.
What happened to that guy?
He argues with people on the internet now.
I mean, was there some kind of like controversy that caused him to get fired or something?
I don't know. He left and went to another toy company for a while.
He was at Jazzwares for a little while.
Yeah.
His claim to fame there was that he got Jazzwares a bunch of high-profile licenses by doing those jumbo figures that were the size of a child.
Oh yeah. I remember those things.
But then Toys R Us had like 50 fins to everyone you went to. What are they doing?
It's all that weird Star Wars stuff and those big those giant figure things were clogging up the aisles. I think those didn't help, but the main corporate culprit that killed Toys R Us was the corporation that bought them.
Oh yeah,
They bought them to leverage out and borrow money against them and basically liquidate the company.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah, he was definitely part of that.
Yeah. They bought it just to destroy it, so they get every dime out of it.
Which all goes back to that whole the stupid money, the GameStop stock stuff.
Yep, they tried to do it with GameStop, and then people took that stimulus check and run their plans. I loved it. People were like trying to like make the people who did that the villains. I said, no, the ones who tried to kill GameStop doing the same thing they did to Toys R Us were the villains.
I don't know if it'll work twice though.
Yeah. Well, they made changes to the NASDAQ and stuff like that to keep people from doing that again.
Yeah. I think next time.
Still going on to this day, it's still people are still holding that stock so that they can't buy it. To this day, I watched a video on it while I was at work today.
Yes. They got to make new rules to protect the millionaires. They can't let them be victims. Or billionaires, I'm sorry. But with back on the gargoyles, I think the biggest mistake NECA made, their first releases didn't have these folded up wings.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when the wings are out, they're just unruly big.
I am not a fan of the big wings. They are so fragile.
I got them on my custom character, and they looks cool. But I wish I could have some folded up wings too. And I can always pop them out too.
I didn't get to chime in when you were talking about Barda, but you know what? McFarlane already, like we talked about, some of the figures that McFarlane will release in his scale will actually fit in well with like
Legends or DCUC.
Yeah, DCUC, Marvel Legends, whatever. Now, all the figures that I anticipated, well, the first one was Grodd. He undersized them. Okay?
Yeah, you make Grodd's tiny.
And then, what's his name? Swamp Thing. I figured, a Swamp Thing at 7-inch scale would fit in really good with a 6-inch.
And he made Swamp Thing 12 inches tall.
Yeah.
He's gigantic.
They did the
He
same
looks
thing with
good,
Lobo.
but he's giant.
Mm-hmm.
Lobo's not as bad, but he's still oversized. And then you have, what's his name? Bane. Bane's not 12 feet tall, man.
Yeah, they made Bane a mega fig. Yes, he's huge. Then with the first release figure too, they didn't come with fist.
Yeah.
Like you made a brawler punching character and didn't give them fist. And if you want fist, you go buy the 2-pack, which I'm not going to do. But I'm sure you've seen it. It's the Rob Liefeld making fun of Todd.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
doing the impersonation.
Yeah,
That
that
shit
is
is hilarious.
so hilarious.
He's on point.
Yep.
He's spot on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, Todd Father here, bringing you the latest in the Todd McFarlane. This is the new Batman Samurai.
Buy my toys. Like,
Poor Todd.
I'm making it out of scale for everybody just to mess with you, because that's what I do. But it's a shame that he doesn't have the license to his most popular characters, because loose collectors doing his characters, everybody's like, "Oh, I want this, I want this, I want this." It's like, he don't own those anymore.
Oh, no.
It's like I knew about the Youngblood. He don't own Youngblood anymore. But I didn't know until this happened. He don't own Supreme anymore either.
Oh. What do you do? Sell them off?
He made deals back in the 90s with publishing companies, and the companies ended up getting the characters.
Hmm.
The founder of Malibu Comics back in the day has a new comic book company, and they own Youngblood. Several months back, I'm a part of like a Facebook group for the Ultraverse fans, and the founders of Malibu Comics are in there. And they started doing, the year before last, they started doing this thing called UltraCon, where the people in the post can let sell and trade stuff if you're in a non-sale group. And this year, I worked with like the admin of the group, and we did the thing like a online comic panel. We had the founders of Malibu Comics on there. They talk about their time at the Ultra, working at Malibu. And it was pretty cool. I learned stuff I didn't know. I would love to see the artwork, because I don't know if you know this, but they ended up in Marvel's hands. But DC almost bought Malibu Comics.
Oh, wow.
And there's artwork out there. There was concept artwork out there somewhere with Batman with Mantra. That's the only reason Marvel bought Malibu Comics, was to keep DC from getting it.
Yeah.
That is literally the reason why they did it.
And then they let it die.
Yep. if DC got it, you'd probably still see some of the characters. Not all the characters, I'm sure. But you would probably still see some of the characters, probably like Prime or something like that. Or the more popular characters would have probably stayed popular enough to keep them around.
I never know with a lot of that stuff, because there's some stuff from the 90s that, I mean, when's the last time we saw Shadowhawk in anything?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that where if it's a character you liked from the 90s, it might not be around.
Yep. This here was the biggest rumor in the longest time. I thought this same thing. That they bought the Ultraverse for their computer coloring system, which ended up not being true. I found out the real reason they got bought by being in the Ultraverse group and the stories from the guys from actually worked at Malibu Comics. So, I think. But that is still the most misconception, thinking that they were bought for the coloring process. Which makes the reason, their reasoning why they just shelled the entire company anyway. more logical because they didn't really want the company; they just want the writing. But the coloring process, which is ended up not being true, they bought it for a more petty reason, just to keep DC from having it.
Sounds right though. A lot of times with Marvel and DC, it's always a battle for who can do it first.
Very true.
And then even if one of them does something first, the other still copies it.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the dumbest moves DC did was surrendering the use of Captain Marvel when they did the New 52 reboot.
Yeah.
It's like, he's the original. Why would you surrender and start calling him Shazam?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have to retcon his entire power set. If he says Shazam, used to be if you just said the word Shazam, he'd transform, and even if he didn't want to, it was just part of the power. Like he say the word. The ultimate reason, pettiness. Yep. That's why they almost went bankrupt too in the night. That's what caused the entire issue with the movie rights being all over the place. They were buying up these smaller companies like Malibu Comics, spending way too much money on them. The comic book bubble burst, and they were Marvel Comics was going to go bankrupt. So they sold the movie licensing to Fox, Universal, and Sony, and all that. That's why all those properties got divided out. Different movie studios, so they could just stay alive. Then Megacorp Disney comes around and gobbles everybody up, except for Sony.
Yeah.
Well, Universal's still around too, but I think they finally surrendered the Hulk license, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
I'm not
Universal,
sure.
yeah.
Well, they had a deal there for a while where they still have the distribution rights if Disney makes a solo Hulk movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The 2008 movie, I still think is underrated. But
Which one is that? The Norton one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in years, so I'd have to rewatch
I think the problem was with the 2008 one. It happened at my local movie theater too. They didn't want to give it a push. They didn't want to even put it in a good theater. It was they had the big digital screens at the local movie theater. What did they put in there instead of the Hulk? M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening.
Yeah, that's
They pushed
another
it-
one I don't even remember.
That movie got pushed more than the Hulk in the same year, and that movie was awful. The plants kill everybody.
It was a remake of an older movie too.
I don't know.
I think it was a remake of an older movie.
The plants tell you to kill yourself, and people listen.
Oh, is that the one with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Ugh. I didn't even watch it because I heard it was stupid.
I never watched it either. I was watching the Hulk, a good comic book fan.
Office of DC would treat Malibu Comics like they do Milestone.
Oh no.
Comics.
Yee.
Well, the Milestone characters, even though they lost their universe for a while, they were incorporated into the main DC universe. So, Static and Icon have been part in the main DC universe.
The unfortunate thing about that is they just looked at which ones made the most money.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Okay, YouTube. Come on now, you have a whole universe of characters." And that leaves those creators high and dry.
Yep. What's all the one of the things too people misunderstand too with the Malibu comics why they don't want to use them is they got to pay the creators some money if they use the characters. So what happens with all characters? And it's not that much. They try to make it out as more than the normal rate. No, it's the same creator rate that they're supposed to pay. Just don't use the characters. One of the previous CEOs of Marvel Comics wanted to bring the Malibu characters back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s or something like that. And he tried to say like something to do with the deal with the characters. They couldn't use them. It had been a headache for legal reasons, but that was ended up being a lie because one of the guys who actually helped write the contracts was like, no, Marvel owns the characters. We just get a creator's use fee.
Damn.
Suits One says my favorite Hulk movie was the 2003. It's what sparked superhero movies again, in my opinion. Just hated the comic style weirdness.
Well, Blade started it all.
Yeah,
Yeah, the 2003 movie figures were. They put a lot of figures out for that 2003 movie. They're that weird 5-inch scale, though.
That was back whenever there would be like an actual rollout for a movie. So you'd have a full toy line, and they'd have dedicated shelf space.
I think about the last time I really saw a big, huge rollout was for the Green Lantern movie, and that thing flopped. They made so many figures, and all the different alien lanterns, which everybody was like collected the main DCU lines. Like, would have loved to have the comic book version of that character.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Instead of these horrible, horrible movie designs. And the choice of making the movie designs, the characters look like they're basically naked with a green bodysuit. It's like, why can't they have their suits? It's fine. I don't have, which I like Ryan Reynolds, but I always thought he was the worst possible candidate to play Hal Jordan.
Yeah, because
he would have made a better guy.
Poor guy.
Guy Gardner should have makes more sense for him.
And that was Ryan Reynolds trying to. He had to try to tone it down really, a lot. Like, I mean, that's not his natural. That's not him naturally,
Yeah, if he can't make a poop or dick jokes, I think he melts.
I don't know. He was born to play Deadpool, that's for sure.
You think so?
I do. You know when I kind of started. When I saw it actually in Blade 3.
Mm-hmm. In Trinity.
Yeah, when he was chained to the floor, like the nonstop jokes, I'm thinking this is something Deadpool would do if he was getting interrogated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I hate it. It was Hannibal King in Trinity. Yeah. Hannibal King was supposed to still be a vampire. He chose to fight the other vampires.
Yeah, they made it.
Yeah. Nobody's ever accused that movie of being great.
Well, Wesley Snipes didn't even want to. They took all control from him. People talk about Wesley Snipes was a diva on that ship, on that set. I said, well, he's the only reason they would have made a third one, because they didn't want to make the second one. They gave him full control and made the second one. It did well. Yeah. And when they come around to do the third one, they took all power away from him, so he didn't have any control over the movie.
Yep.
And like, I'd be pissed off too. I saved this franchise, and you took it away from me. Like, ungrateful much. Well, that's what happens almost like back in the day, like every third movie. The first two do decent, then the third movie, the studio gets too involved and run it. Spider-Man 3 they took so much power away from Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi didn't want to have all those different 3 villains in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you want to do Venom at all.
That was
That-
awful.
Yeah, that was. I agree. That was awful.
Venom,
They'd already beat it before.
Venom is one of those characters too. You can never do an accurate Venom on screen with telling his origin, because his origin is so freaking convoluted.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you would just have to take the cartoon origin and run with that.
Yeah, that's kind of basically what they did with the Tom Hardy movie, except
You know
for
what?
no Spider-Man.
Hardy's good. I like
Hardy's done
Hardy.
well with the character, with the role, and
I don't know. I just
By the second film, he figured out which accent to use.
with the second film, studio got involved and screwed it up, because the first movie was rated R, which was great for Venom. It was like, oh, let's make it more friendly for kids. And who's the villain? Carnage, the serial killer. It's like, let's make it PG-13.
I'm sorry to say, Venom talked too much in part 2. It was getting annoying.
Oh, I wasn't a fan of part 2. Part 1 was done really well.
I think they overdid the whole Venom comedy thing way too much in the second part, and it looks like they're starting that again in the third part. Like when he's trying to say we are Venom and Venom keeps interrupting him, I'm like, no, that's already rubbing me the wrong way.
I ended up printing several of these, these heads, just to get the size just the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
I got some that fits the Hercules body. I got some that fits an 8-inch, a 1/10 scale body.
Let me see some of these
See,
comments.
Ryan, a lot quicker for you to do that and get a turnaround than if I were trying to do it. Wow, that is a big spider on my wall.
I got my fan home kit box. The post office, carrier, will never deliver to my porch, and it's 10 feet from where they drop the package off. They always put it at my garage door. I got a gate, but my dogs stay in the house most of the time, and if you don't see them, that means they're not outside, because there's no behind the house, nothing. Well, I have it behind the house, but I have another gate, so they're not there. So if you don't see the dogs, they're not out there.
I'll be right back. I gotta kill a spider.
Oh.
I was going to say, when I picked up the fan home box today, yesterday, it was sitting by the garage, there were 8 big spiders, but this big around on the box. I was like, yay! I just dust them off and put them in the house. Hopefully I got them all. Oh, there we go. I knew I dropped something. And went to look for it couldn't find it, because it is the wrist cuff that I need for when I get back to where I can put on this. My bandage dragged it into the floor.
Yeah, Ryan was born to play Deadpool. I agree. Blade 3 was a vehicle for a spin-off.
I heard that the TV series Blade is supposed to have a cameo in the Wolverine Deadpool movie.
Huh.
Yeah.
They showed a picture with somebody who looks a lot like that guy on set.
For
In the
some reason,
background.
they're saying because what's his name? Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes had a falling out or something, and that's why they're not going to use Wesley.
I don't know if that's. I don't know how true that would be, because I know Wesley just hated his entire experience on Blade 3.
Yeah.
To the point, in the scene in the morgue, when he opens his eyes, they had to badly digitally open his eyes, because he refused to open his eyes because he's done with it.
And that Wolverine Deadpool movie is gonna be. You're gonna have to take ADHD medicine afterwards.
Oh yeah.
The whole
I already
film is just
take
gonna be.
ADHD medicine.
You're ready. You're prepped. It's just gonna be like cameo after another, followed by jokes, and then I don't know, amputations. I guess I don't know.
It'll go back.
Yeah.
I do like I think it was cut. It's like on the deleted scenes when Fred Savage was asking about when you get cut in half and you grow baby legs. Did the other half grow another Deadpool torso?
Didn't that happen in the comic books at some point in time?
Well, there was he had a stalker that was collecting his parts.
Oh
And,
no.
and
Jesus.
was putting them in the freezer, and the freezer broke, and they thawed out, and they all merged together. I forget what they call it. It was variation on the name Deadpool, but it's like I think he had like two of the same hand or something like that, two of the same arm or something. And
Alpha was
Little
asking if
Deadpool.
could head prints that are too big be hollowed out and used as helmets.
If they're that big, yeah.
yeah, that would be a big head sculpt.
He says, yeah, they called him the evil Deadpool.
Yeah, his costume was like multiple colors too.
He had two
Oh, he
red
had two
arms.
red arms.
Yeah.
I knew he had two. I was thinking he had two of the same arms. Do you see that Axel Toys, like we're trying to make a pit without getting license and permission?
Axel Toys?
Yeah, they do like it's like a third party action figure company.
I don't know
And-
what were they gonna make?
Pit from Del Keon,
Oh, Pit. Oh man.
and they're still making it. Just the bigger stores, the bigger stores are not going to carry it, like the Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh, so it'll probably pop up on
Oh, it's
was it
it's still available at
Gundam
5K
it
Toys.
in 5K? Yeah.
Bombus B, 5K, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And on 5K, supposedly another company, see the not pit comes with heads that are close but not pit heads.
Oh, so
Another-
somebody else is
And
doing.
so, in quotes, another company is making heads that are straight up pit heads.
Oh man. Now if only we could get that for the Max.
They're called the Devil. Axel Toys the Devil. They're doing one in red and one in gray. The gray one is straight up pit. The only thing is the soft goods. They both got soft goods, pants and jacket.
Mhm.
And you can actually buy them without the soft goods for cheaper, without the chains and all that stuff. The soft goods don't match the pit. He's got like blue
Got
blue jean
jeans
material
instead of leathers.
vest and pants instead of leather.
Biker leathers.
Still don't know where Pitt found clothes to fit him back in the day.
You know, with all of the third-party toys that are coming out that are something we're already familiar with, it makes you wonder how long that's going to last before.
I've heard a lot of good things about that Kratos that just come out.
Oh, it looks amazing. Yeah.
I don't know why they just didn't bother to just contact Del Keown to get a license, and they could have made them 100% accurate. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure he
Huh.
wouldn't charge a great deal for his license because there's not a lot of the pit fans are people our age. That liked independent comics back in the day.
It's true though. Calling the
It's
figure
like a much narrower market. It's like, why not just get a license for it? And you could have just done it good the right way. You would have had a bigger audience because you could have sold them Big Bad Toy Store. Big Bad Toy Store initially put it up for pre-order, then they canceled it because the license holder didn't approve it. Then they canceled their big orders.
Yeah,
which
I don't think it would have cost them too much to get a license.
Del Keown is. He seems I'm not quite sure how to phrase it. I think he could use the money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think all of those comic creators could definitely, especially the indie guys, they could definitely use a little more.
Because he's hanging out on like doing YouTube and stuff with like some odd people.
Huh.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know about this. What's going on?
So the pit toy is just like a blank body.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You got the big pit claws and feet. And
yeah.
you can get it with the clothes or without.
Okay, I see. And this isn't one of those toys when you buy it, it has extra appendages, does it?
No.
We were real confused.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, no.
It does have extra feet models, though, that
Oh.
people threw a fuss about.
Oh, have you seen that mess? Those snail figures, those like the import figures, those like the sexy girls.
Oh yeah.
People were going nuts because was it 5K put up for pre-order a figure that's already pretty much well nude.
Mm-hmm.
They decided to make alternate feet and put up for pre-order so she could have bare feet. And people just went nuts. It's like, this is disgusting, blah, 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 blah. Freak, this bunch of freaks.
Because of the bare feet?
Because the bare feet. Not because it's going to go on the figure that's pretty well nude.
What was up with it? Did she have just like
the bare feet.
Some big gnarly toes or something?
No.
No, she's got shoes.
She had some big gnarly other things that started with a T.
Oh.
Yeah. But they were not upset about that. They were upset because they're going to give her like some alternate bare feet for you.
I'm surprised they were upset. They weren't upset that it didn't come with a jar.
There was about four different shapes. You could buy it was like a.
I mean, we've got guys in the community that do that. I mean, Metaverse is always doing the different bust for female figures, and I'm sure
I have
with
no
the
idea.
amount.
For some reason, I don't know why, Metaverse has me blocked on Instagram.
Oh, I don't know.
I bought one of the torsos and I used it for the Power Girl. And
I never.
Like the biggest thing I've talked about, like the resin he's using is brittle.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't being negative about it. It's brittle.
Well, if you can't take
and it took a lot of work for it to be a usable piece.
That and the hard part about some of the 3D printed resins is that if it doesn't fit the joints that you're trying to attach it to, you got to take a Dremel to it. And a lot of printed resins, when you take a Dremel to them, your Dremel's going to overheat, or bits of resin will start flying everywhere.
Yeah, that's what his stuff does.
Mm-hmm.
He uses really cheap resin.
Yeah.
And I was being trying to nice around it, like saying, well, people were like, oh, where'd you get that torso for Power Girls? Like, I had to explain. I basically resculpted a lot of the torso. And you're not going to be able to buy this. I had to do a lot of work to get it to this point. And apparently that was enough for him to block me on Instagram because...
Well, remember, the reason why we ordered from him is because, remember, I sent you the link. He was having a sale. So
yeah, he was having a sale. And he sent the Dom a broken torso in the mail.
Yeah, he sent me torsos, and one of them was chipped. And as soon as I saw the, I didn't bother.
But you can go put your pajamas on and stuff, okay?
I didn't complaining or anything like that. I just had him around, and after a while, I saw what the collector had to do to get that torso to actually be functionable. And I said, you know what? I don't have the time and the patience for that. I just sent him my 2 that I ordered from them, and if he has use for them, he could use them because I don't. There's no way I'm putting the effort into that, especially if it's going to be chipped. First of all, my Dremel's not going to handle that stuff. So
Yeah. Yep.
I said, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to complain about it. He would have probably blocked me too if I complained. So.
I didn't really complain to him, period. He apparently watched the stream, he got butthurt and blocked me.
Well,
Oh, there we go. That's what I went for.
you got the ones I sent you?
No, I was looking for the thing I was talking about earlier with the silk head.
You got Alpha, or you got Alpha Proto confused with the jar comment.
Oh no! Don't look it up. Don't. It's not You'll find out that there are people who are worse than you think they were.
That's that
Hey, nice.
silk head.
Oh,
That's like on a nicer.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Come on.
Oh, I know. You
Come
end up
on.
fighting with it.
There it is.
Yeah.
But the hairstyle and everything, there's a character in the Ultraverse called Choice.
Yeah.
And that head sculpt is perfect. And
that
resculpt
body's
is a
gonna be
torso.
perfect for her too.
This was the wasn't Dazzler top. I resculpted it and using the rest of it that's been red. Need to get around to working on her again. The paint job's going to be a little challenging because she's got odd pattern, like it's two-tone pink, and it's on the. It's almost like this pattern right here already on her, except that it goes straight down. But it's kind of got an odd, like, you know how you know how they do like the lace paint jobs on lowriders? They spray the color, they put the lace down and spray another color over top.
Yeah.
That's kind of what her costume design is like.
Alpha says the silk head doesn't look Korean.
Looks Asian.
Yeah, it's one of the better Asian heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I need because Choice was Asian. So.
Yeah, it's just that silk head is still one of the best ML heads I've seen. It's hard to find.
You can go read until she's done, but once she's done, you have to brush your teeth and go to bed, okay?
What happens if it's past?
It's all right. Because you're under her time.
What's interesting with I completely lost train of thought.
So with I was looking at pictures of that character to see what she looks like, and the pattern on the inside of her costume, and that's got to be a challenge. What?
Yeah, that's why I have not even started painting her yet. It's like I got sculpting, got all the parts I need. Everything's good. The leg cuffs from a Rogue figure, those are perfect.
The way the pattern looks, it makes me think that it's not actually a pattern, but some sort of like scaling or something.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to make out.
Yeah. I wonder
do
if
it-
you could
do it-
use
since
a
Not
powder
really a
or
known
something.
character. I almost thought about like
Hmm.
just make it metallic pink.
That's true. Yeah.
But would my OCD let me?
Yeah. What do you think it is? That material?
I have no idea. It's like it could be like like supposed to be like representing sequence or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
Her power is like she can choose a power for so many. She can use it for like. She can have multiple powers, but she can only use them for a certain amount of time. Then they run out. Choice.
Yeah.
She was Hardcase's girlfriend. When I get back to work on Hardcase, I'll probably work on her.
There
Wish
you
they
go.
would give us more like the superheroes on this Hercules bucks with the lower legs. I want more of these bootlegs.
Oh, the sandals or something as an alternative.
Something as an alternative, like the boots on Hyperion.
Oh yeah, and
But that's
Cable.
an expensive 2-pack. Yeah, Cable's got
Yeah.
the boots, which is also a hard to get figure. And
I think Maggot has the same legs as the modern Hercules, right?
Yep. Which I didn't realize they made Maggot's arms pinless. So I never really paid attention because I don't really care about the character. I bought one for fodder, but I never really paid attention. But his arms are pinless.
Yeah, I guess I didn't notice that.
I just thought it was just Hercules.
He's based on the Hercules body, though, right? What about the legs?
Modern Hercules on Maggot. Those really skinny legs.
Excuse me.
Well,
That's it.
is that the wrap on your gamut heads? Corey?
Oh yeah, I'm Dunsky. I'm ready to seal them up, and then tomorrow I'm gonna shoot some photos and get them up on the site.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know one guy that's super excited for that.
Hey.
Chris Jordan, look for him to be on the website soon.
Yeah.
And we are at the 3-hour mark. We're just a little bit past, so we will call this a night.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah.
Anytime you want to come on. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's good hanging out.
If
We'll have to
if you like to
get Eric to come hang.
Yeah. He tried to join us for like the 100th episode, but his computer wouldn't recognize his camera. And
No, he needs to fix that. He knows what he's doing. He knows computers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to, if there's a Discord link down there, I can add you to like a channel. There's a
Yeah, sure.
channel for the for us on the live streamers.
Nice.
So you can anytime you want to jump in, you can always jump in.
Sure. That sounds good,
Hey.
man.
Yeah, Corey. Chris says he's gonna buy one. He already.
Hey.
I already look like a stalker that I am. Well, this is great. We get to hang out with you tonight.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Not guys, I enjoyed hanging out with you too. It's just Corey's. Just
Hey, we know where we belong.
Yeah.
We're chopped liver
says-
now.
Well, it's
He
kind of
says, I see y'all. He says, I see y'all all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Every
Well, it's kind of a little bit like a
Good
reconnect.
now.
Corey and I used to talk back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of. It's crazy how many customizers that I've casted stuff for in the past, and some of the guys that I've casted stuff for have been guys that, like me, have been around for forever. But now streaming allows a lot of us to sort of connect and have conversations that otherwise it would have just been like, hey, are you casting this? Yeah. Okay, I want one. And that's it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, back and forth messaging. That's this way here.
And they need to up their game. I sent you a bunch of heads off my figures. Send them to you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those DC, you cast a bunch of those DC direct heads and essentially
Mhm.
like make them fit the DC UC bodies.
And there's so many good ones that that even by today's standards, some of those Tim Bruckner sculpts are just amazing. You go back and look at them, and they capture the character better than some of the digital stuff.
I would buy the
toy
actual
companies are doing.
DC direct figures and basically get rid of the bodies and put the heads on the UC figures.
Yeah, right.
All my Green Lanterns over there have DC UC. The ones that they had DC direct heads
Mm-hmm.
available, all my DC UC ones have the DC direct heads. Because their heads were kind of scaled a little small on those DC direct bodies anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
they look good on the DC UC figures. But DC UC would actually make their heads a little small.
Yeah, yeah. There were a lot of. Yeah. I think I've still got.
A lot of peanut heads.
Yeah, I got a bunch of the heads loose right now. Sometimes I'll try to match them up with like today's Marvel Legends, and they're way too small.
Yeah.
Hey.
Something Wong says, I just noticed it's Corey from Casting Cave. That man's a legend.
Oh
The man,
no.
the myth, the legend.
Only a myth.
Just thought about it. This would be a good base to make a new Metron.
I was just looking at that.
That blue is a good match.
And it won't turn green.
Plus, hopefully it won't turn green. You would have to do a lot of paint work on that pattern on Metron's chest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got that Metron loose off eBay, cheap, without his chair. And I don't have technically a Mobius chair. I have them sitting in one of those Snooky thrones.
Hey, I've been known to model chairs.
There
Do we
you
need
go.
to make a Mobius chair?
That would be awesome.
All right.
So
Remind me
when GameStop was clearing out those Snoke figures, like I bought a couple of them just for the throne. The bodies are not much good to use for anything else. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you again for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. And
Of course.
always a pleasure. And I wish I could have joined a little more fun on like customizing that.
Bye.
Good night.
I feel like I'm complaining too much about my arm. But hey, just think about it. I'll be healed up soon. Then I go do my right hand.
Oh no.
That's all right, but when that one's healed up and you're done.
Well, I know a little more what I got to go through now too. It's like it's gonna suck really bad when I do my right hand because I'm very dominantly right-handed.
I think everything will be better with it because you want to use it more. You'll heal up faster than your non-dominant hand, but
I don't know if it works that way.
Yeah.
Where's my outros? I haven't been on here a while. I've lost them. All right. Yeah, we'll see y'all next time.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
I promise I hit the button. It didn't do anything.